a Theia game stream brought to you by the Dice Cult. The Dice Cult hosts gaming streams nearly all week long with 5th edition homebrew Dungeons and Dragons streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, horror on Saturdays, and sci-fi on Sundays. All shows start at either 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and can be found on demand on YouTube. Our stream, The Legends of Theia, is a 5th edition game placed in a universe I began creating back when I was in junior high. Currently, the mortals of Theia are rebuilding, as it is believed that the entire surface of the planet has been annihilated as a result of what the dwarves call Anis Anam Oram, or the Great World War. Those who survived went underground or underwater. The dwarven clans of Kir'Darul began building a settlement prior to the destruction of their great fortress, and that is where our story takes place. Before we get started today, and I do want to tell you that our little grin David will be here. He's a little late. He's disposed because they had a sale on mushrooms, and he had to go pick some before the other people got the goods before he did. All right. I have to say before we get started, I want to introduce those who are here, and then I'll introduce David when he gets here. But holidays are a special time for me. Spending time with somebody on the holidays it means something. I'm old fashioned, I guess, that way. And I'm old enough that I drove dinosaurs to school when I was a kid. So I guess I am beyond ancient fashion is what I am, actually. Anyways, so I thought instead of introducing everybody with the typical old "what's your favorite character" bullshit, I was going to ask everybody whether or not they gave a shit about Labor Day, because it's a holiday. We get an extra day off here in the United States for a Labor Day, and I know some people may not, some people may not labored much. I know for me, I've had it really good because my dad did a lot of laboring and my mom did. That's what Labor Day means to me. It reminds me of my dad. My dad used to go to work really early in the morning. I never saw him till like 6:30 at night. He'd have a beer, eat some dinner. I saw him for half an hour. He'd go to bed because he had to go to sleep. And so that's what it reminds me of. And I am grateful for that because, we us kids when we were growing up, we had pretty much everything we wanted. So that's what Labor Day means to me. And I know his parents and my mom's parents really worked their ass off too. So tonight, I was a little afraid of doing this session because when it's a holiday and I'm doing D&D personally, I just see it just feels like the campaign, the serious campaign that we run. You've been watching it, I'm sure. If you haven't, wow, this campaign's so serious and epic. We don't fuck around at all. It's all completely epic, serious D&D. And I don't want to screw that up by throwing something crazy out, okay? Because I literally have done some insane shit, okay, to my players that I play with tabletop. So I got the okay from everybody in this group that if Frank goes crazy on a holiday session, that you don't get pissed at me if I fuck your characters up a little bit. If we have to, we'll start over next week at the same spot, and hopefully the shit don't happen. But I like to go crazy. I like to do something way out of just something special, so the players remember. Yeah, when I was playing D&D when I was a young kid, there was this session I did, and that son of a bitch made me one of the three little pigs, and the big bad wolf bit my ass off, something like that. So if it happens, it happens, seriously. But anyways, we got a new player with us. She was here last week, and she watched us play for 3 freaking hours and finally got to say something, and it was epic when she said it. I rewatched it. Epic shit. She waited 3 hours to said it. Oh, it was awesome. Cheyenne, what does Labor Day mean to you?
Oh
And
man.
you can say nothing. That's fine. There's no wrong answer here. I'm just interested.
Uh, I think it depends on my mood.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about holidays in general. But
That's what? That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Jenny. Jenny plays a wild gnome barbarian. And man, we got some good, by the way, not to throw off on a tangent, but we got some really good custom artwork done. And next week we're going to unveil it. All 4 of the main characters of the story. Amazing stuff made by Horror on Fiverr. Oh boy, good stuff. We've got some really good custom artwork that we're going to be using. Can't wait to share that. Cheyenne, by the way, plays the new character that's been introduced, and so I don't really want to get into names and stuff till the name has been discussed. So we will move along. Jenny plays Lila. Lila is a gnome barbarian. What does Labor Day mean to you, Jenny? Anything?
Well, if I'm being honest, I have never not worked Labor Day in like all my years of being able to work. So to me, that usually means time and a half, more money.
Right.
Well,
There
it
you
makes
go.
it on my actual days off, I can actually splurge a little bit more. So yay.
There you go. That's exactly the kind of answer I wanted to hear. Awesome. And then we got the half gold dragon Mehen, played by Scott, one of the best blood bowlers in the United States. I continue to say that every time I introduce him because that's cool, man. So, what does Labor Day mean to you, Scott? Anything?
Thanks, man. No, I'm self-employed, so there's only 2 actual holidays: Thanksgiving and Christmas. Every other day
Right.
is a work day.
Okay. So do you have your employees work on Labor Day?
No, all my employees are off. Just me.
Okay, so you work. That's cool. There you go. See, I love managers. I love working with people that manage in a way of you want to be like me because I'm work. I work my ass off, and I expect you to work your ass off too. I love that. If I'm working with somebody that's the head of a division and they don't do shit and they have everybody else do the work and they just do nothing because there's a lot of work in managing alone. That's its own job. But some managers they think that they don't. Anyways, we'll move on. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Again, when David gets here, I don't know if I'll throw out that question, but I'll definitely say, "There's David. He showed up. Yeah, a little grin." So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. So you may want to flip over to the other screen, Scott. I think that's probably a good idea. One of the leaders of the dwarven settlement of Kirda Rule. Where is my mine at? It should be coming up here. Let's see here. Hopefully it comes up. Does anybody see it? Ooh, there it is. There we go. So the group was commissioned to clean out this mine number 6. And it took a couple days to do so. And at the end of the cleaning, or what would seem to be close to and near the end of the cleaning, as all the areas had been checked for beetles and bugs and other things. Sorry, I just heard myself talking. That freaked me out. You came across a hole, Mehen and the rest of you, on one wall of the mine, and this hole was different. It didn't look like the rest of the caverns that were part of what you had looked through and investigated. And Mehen, you just literally walked into it and walked into the dark and tripped over something, and then lit a torch or pulled out a torch and lit it. Stood there looking down and saw that there was what looked to be a robed, cloaked figure covered in ooze, an oozy type substance, like laying there on the ground. And you went and touched it, and you felt that this oozy stuff was sticky. And as you're standing there, and you're pretty tall, you're a half dragon, you're pretty tall, and this torch is moving a little bit, and suddenly the cavern begins to move, and you look behind you, and you see that on one end of the cavern that you went through, it looks like the cavern is starting to close. And in fact, now as you look, you're not in a cavern, but you're in some type of creature. You're like in a big worm, and you grabbed
Beetlejuice sandworms. That's what we're talking about, yeah.
So you grabbed this cloaked figure, or this robed figure. You grab it and you pull it, and it's just got all this ooze, so it's very sticky against the floor of this thing. And you use your strength. You pry it from the grasp of this goo, and you just yell, "Get out of the way!" And I believe even Lila said, "Is that a purple worm?" She screamed something about a purple worm. You got out of there just in time to take your own bit of being digested by what the dwarves call an earthworm. That's an earthworm. That's what you got to have fun with. And of course, you know this because the dwarf that shot his crossbow across, the manager of the mine, he comes up and he was there. And he said, "You almost got swallowed by an earthworm. You got to be careful in here." So you pulled the hood back of the robed figure, and you saw a young girl with frizzy blonde hair, although there is a bit of goo everywhere around that. And there's something about her that kind of radiates. It's just you can't tell what it is, but there's even with this goo and glistening stuff all over her, there's there's something radiating from her that tells you that she's different. And we start now with that.
Okay. Yeah, so we did the earthworm retreated, then back into its.
It's slowly. They're slow. It's like
Yeah, but it's not
you-
coming at us.
Oh no,
Okay.
that's not what it does.
Well, I guess I
Exactly.
pick this frizzy blonde-haired girl up and look at Lila and say, I suppose we should get out of here. Yeah.
The
How?
dwarf.
Hmm?
Lila looks at you and says, "How?"
You know exactly how we're doing this.
Well, I know how I'm getting out. I'm gonna get, but how are y'all getting out?
Well, let's go piece this puzzle together. At least let's get back over to the chasm.
Okay.
So
The
I start-
dwarf is jumping up and down that we need to get her somewhere. We need to get her somewhere safe. We need to have her rest. We need to get her somewhere safe. He's very adamant that this is important. And it is. It is important.
Hey man, I have these like weird words around my dude that follow me.
Yeah, they tell you all the things you can do and how to do them with your character. So I can turn that off if you want,
Yeah, that'd be.
but we're gonna have to reboot the server. So give me a second. So why don't you discuss how you want to get all of you across while I reboot the server? Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we definitely need to figure something out here. So, I guess we need to search around. We've still got all of our ropes. I wonder if we can find some like spare beams or something.
Yeah, you can find there's rock. There is wood.
Actually, you know what?
There's wood from the broken rail carts.
Yeah, actually, I think I just want to pry these iron beams up if we can.
Okay.
That's on the rail cart. So let's ditch this rail cart and pry these beams up and string them across. What do you think, Lila?
Sure.
Well, I mean, it's the only I can throw you back and then climb across, but I can't climb across with this person on my back.
I mean, it sounds risky, but if we can try it.
Yeah, let's try this.
I mean, what else are we gonna do?
Action.
Okay, so you want to basically you're going to move the cart off, and the dwarf helps you move the cart off from the track there, and then you're going to. Are you taking the wood off there, or are you just going to like try to take those metal pieces and bend them back up that are like over the side of the chasm?
Did you all this crap still on my deal? Do we need this? Or?
Like I said, I am attempting to take it out of there, but I got to find it to do it.
All right, no worries. We can just keep going with it. Yeah. So I dump this rail cart over to the side, and I try to pry up one of the iron beams that's left on this side of the track.
Okay. So do you want to just quickly roll your strength to see how well you can manipulate that?
Yeah, we can rock that.
That'll give you a chance to roll a 1.
Ha! Here come the dice.
Oh,
That's a 15.
okay.
Pretty good.
All right. So you're able to move that metal piece around, and do as you want. You're gonna if you want to manipulate what's on that side to give you a longer stretch to get across, there's still the biggest problem is that you're gonna have like no wood in the middle. There's just gonna be like metal. The metal will give you a shorter jump, if you will, which will make it safer. But there's still. I mean, I suppose you could take the wood from the end too and try to put it on the other end and just like kind of move.
No,
move
so
some of the stuff.
so my goal is I want to pry up one of the beams, and then I want to take that beam and lash it to the beam that's still with the wood, and then across the way. So I'm going to lash it on my side, then I'm going to chuck Lila over and she'll lash it on the other side, and then I'll do a little balance beam walk.
Okay. All right. So you are going to attempt to throw Lila across with the rope?
Well, first we're gonna try to make the beam good. So I want to completely rip up one iron rail.
Okay. All right. And that's what you rolled your strength for already.
So now I'm gonna move that iron rail, and I'm gonna
Okay.
try to finagle it so that it's touching on the rail on my side, and
Okay.
then the opposing rail. So it makes kind of
Okay.
one rail on
Gotcha.
top.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
And then I'm gonna lash it with the little rope we have as best I can.
So that's how you're going to get the two pieces of metal to be together.
Yeah.
As
And then,
as with the rope. Okay.
and then I'm gonna hold it on this side. And Lila, you can walk across, or I can throw you, whichever one you want.
Throw me.
Okay.
So are you going to use the rope that Bertha gave you, or are you using your rope?
So for this side, I'm gonna use my rope because we
Okay.
still have the rope that Bertha gave us tied to Lila.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so that way I've got her safe in case I don't make the throw.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Sounds good.
So can I rock an athletics check then for this, or is it strength
Absolutely.
check?
Yeah. If you want to use athletics, you can.
Here we go.
Oh.
Oh boy. That's a monster roll right there.
That's
All
sweet.
right.
Nice.
All right. As always, gotta take the old shot.
Nice. Only second roll. You got a 20. That's sick, man.
Woohoo!
So I scratch one, right?
Probably a
Oh
good
yeah.
idea.
You want to just do one at a time every time we roll?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
That'll be sick.
So that made it, right? She got chucked across.
Yeah, you were chucking her. Oh, you throw her. I mean, you like throw her in a perfect spiral. You know, it's just like she's like perfect dart. You know, she's
All
and in
right.
fact, you throw her so good that she's thinking, next time you launch me at some creatures that I got to attack, you're throwing me. So there you go.
I've learned my lesson.
So yeah. So then I yell across, Lila, if you can lash at the other side, then we'll see if Little Grin can make it across.
Okay,
And
I'm going to go
then-
ahead and reboot the server real quick, just to let you know. I'm going to take that thing away.
No worries, man.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. What are you going to do next?
Well, I think Little Grin should probably go next.
Okay.
Dun
'Cause
dun
lo-
dun.
Right.
And so I don't know if you want to roll for him or if we're just gonna leave him for later.
Well,
Since he's
you know,
not here.
right. Let me go ahead and pull up his stats. He's got a good dex and he's tall as hell, so he should have no problem. I'm going to go ahead. I'll roll a 20 sided for him. Oh, he goes shoo, shoo. Oh, he moves, goes across with a little bit of Bruce Lee flair across there, and no problem. He gets across. He's showing that even though he didn't throw him across, even though he didn't get to throw Lila that time, he's still in fine form. But he's only got a few hit points. He's very injured.
I toss across the little rope we have so that Lila and Little Grin can hold in case I fall. But I'm not sure they'll be able to hold me up. So, and I don't know if this beam's gonna hold. But I've got this little gal and my 300 pounds plus full armor, shield, and everything, and we're running across as fast as we can.
So hold on. You're gonna hold on to her and jump. You're not gonna toss her like you did the
an
barbarian.
unconscious woman.
And you're
no.
gonna run?
Yep. I'm gonna move quickly so this
Oh,
beam
God.
only bends slightly and doesn't just break under my weight.
Okay.
So here we go. We need a big roll, I think.
God,
I
yes,
doing-
you do.
Am I doing
Alright, no problem.
athletics or am I doing
Uh,
acrobatics?
you're gonna do jump should be athletics. It's usually strength based as jumps, correct?
Well, but I'm kind of balancing on this too, so I didn't know which one you wanted to move in.
Well, I could have you roll both.
All right. Well, here's my
Um,
athletics. Hey, that's not bad.
Oh, okay.
So you rolled 7.
I don't know your sheet. I'm
you
like,
rolled So you rolled 17.
I rolled 17 for my athletics, and then here's my balance. I guess just a regular dex check.
Yep.
Please
That's
don't
fine.
fail.
Ooh. Okay. So basically, the way it rolls is that you're following this. You're balancing on this beam, and you're like your foot's. You're heavy, and the beam starts to move, and you start to slip off it, and you got the weight and everything. It's kind of tough, and you launch really well. So you go forward. I'm going to.
I probably, as I slip, I try to chuck her into
Right.
David's arms, and then just
Right.
grab, and then
You need
just
Little Grin.
kind of, Little Grin. Sorry, Little Grin's arms, and then just sort of leap out for the bar if I
Okay.
can at the same time.
Right. Okay. So, Lila, I'm going to give you a chance to roll to help as well. Like I want you to roll because I don't think you're gonna when you see him start slipping because there's no way you're not watching this obviously. And as he starts to slip, and so you see him kind of as he like whoa, he's like pushing that off as he's sliding off of this balance beam act that he's doing. So you're more than likely gonna I would imagine help. So I want you to roll because you backed off a bit, which was smart, but at the same time, it's not smart for what happened. So it's all good. I want you to roll a strength check with disadvantage. I just want you to roll a 20-sided roll as high as you can, adding your strength bonus.
Okay.
At disadvantage though, so you get to roll twice. The lowest roll you keep.
All right, at disadvantage.
Whoa!
Matching
Okay.
sevens.
Okay, so that's kind of a lucky 2 sevens is good except for this case. Okay, so so you go running up to assist. You're not going to be as much help as you could be, but then again, you're a gnome and you're not. It's not like you can stretch out like, yeah, you're not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar who would be coming in handy right now. Let me tell you. All right, but we do have this giant here, so we'll see what happens. He just jumped over. He turns around and he is going to roll to see what happens with the toss of our new friend. Oh man, let me tell you. Okay.
Do I need to make my strength check or athletics check first to see if I even get her there?
I'm going to say that you took 2 rolls already, and I'm going to allow you to throw. It's just with you don't have a foot to plant to really throw hard anyways, right? Because your foot's slipping. So it's more about the catching on the other side at this point.
One-handed shot put.
Yeah, there you go. Here we go.
My
We'll get a little bit of roll.
God.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
kill
yeah,
me
yeah, yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yay! Into
Okay.
the abyss.
Right. So, so the body goes. You go to push the body over, like to throw it over, and you realize you don't got that leg. The plant foot isn't there, right? Because it's slippy. It's slippery from you on this one bar.
I'm with it.
Like you said, the balance beam. So as you push it, the body kind of like, oh, it just goes and it lands. And you can see, I'm going to zoom in on it. I don't know if you can, but you see right where Little Grin is? You see how there's just like this one piece of wood that he's like next to. Literally the body goes, it just goes boom. And it weirdly bounces like that wasn't right. That should have done something. But for some reason, when it goes like full, it's like a full trip looking type thing. And then the body just like, it slows like right at the very end. It just like slows for a second and it just lays there still like it was supposed to, but that shouldn't have happened just like that. Something strange happened. And the body's laying there just literally the head of the body, the legs of the body resting on 2 pieces of bent metal and one little piece of wood that's hanging only on one side supporting this body. Now, you, on the other hand, you were roped, I believe you said. So you begin to go, whoa, you start to go down and see what's down there in the fun chasm. How much rope did you have on you? Is it 50-footer or the
we had 2 50-footers from her and then 2 regular ropes 50-foot. And I just have a regular rope of 50-foot.
So you're
hopefully they have it somewhat taut and I don't fall the full length.
Yes. Well, I don't know who tied that part, but
Lila and Little Grin were supposed to be holding on. So
yeah. Okay. Well. Ooh, yikes. Okay. So okay.
Oh, no good's gonna come from this. I can already feel it.
I'm telling you, I told you last night I had this premonition. So, okay. So they went to go help. They're holding onto the rope as well. I am going to state that they are watching this rope start to tug. The dwarf, thinking that he's got this all covered, yells, "Hey, there should be another rope against my wall. I almost fell on my own ass myself. Look for it." As you bounce off the rock, like on the right side right there, or I mean you'll go on the left side. He thought you'd be on the right side, so he says, "Look for the rope," but you're looking around and the rope's actually on the other side, so that's not going to help. I'll allow you to pull yourself up. And what Little Grin did was he basically just laid on the rope, so it's like under his knee and around his leg, and he's holding on with one leg, like, and he's starting to slowly pull this sticky hooded figure from this one little place. Like one false move, this body's going to fall into the cavern. Lila, you got a choice. You went for the body, and yet you have the rope. The rope is very tense. Mehen's starting to pull himself up. Are you going to continue to hold onto the rope and not worry about the body that's right on the edge of this broken area, or are you going to go help with the body?
Why would you do that to me?
Are you yelling this to Mehen or me?
You.
Frank, before she makes her decision, do I feel like I have a good grip on the wall?
Oh yeah,
or am I literally
the
dangling?
wall actually the wall actually has levels. Like literally, you can see that, like, you have the spot where you're at, and like right here where your eyes are, there's like a little, like almost like a little ledge, and you could pull yourself up. It's not that bad.
All right, so I yell, "I got it!"
Okay, so if he's yelling, "I got it," then I'm gonna go try and help, like, floating girl who probably shouldn't be floating there.
Okay, all right. So the body of the what looked to be a young girl, when you saw her face, is on the edge of this, and you can see Little Grin's kind of like, he's like, do the rope or the body, and he's like very slowly trying to roll this body towards him because he realizes that one false move and she could just go down the chasm. You let go of the rope, or at least don't worry about pulling it up. You slowly walk over. And are you going to go down? Well, actually, you're probably short enough you don't need to. So you just kind of bend down a little bit and assist in moving this body back. And Little Grin, he starts to move back. Now he's big, and you can feel that this area here is very it's very not safe. It's bouncy with both of you on it like this on the edge. But you're able to pull the body back. The rope gives way. Mehen, go ahead and just roll your roll in athletics once to hop on up.
This would be the perfect time for a 1, correct?
No. Oh, god damn it. Damn. Roll. There was that 20 that started the whole deal, and then it started going. Okay, so you put yourself up. Oh, it was close. It was close. It was real close. But everybody, except for the dwarf, is now on the other side. The dwarf takes his crossbow and does what he did to get across. He pulls out this one dart that he's got, takes his rope, boom, shoots it across, and he just kind of does this thing where he like pulls, and we'll see if he makes a fool of himself again or he actually gets across this time, because that's the way he knows how to do it. Oh, he looks good doing it. Yeah, he looks like a stud. He shoots up in the air across. He goes across like Indiana Jones. Let's go, poosh.
No.
Oh, that scared the hell out of me. We need to get her. We need to get her somewhere. I say let's get her. Let's take her to the friendly. It's the closest place to the bed. Dwarf's jumping up and down saying this.
To the hammer in. Let's hit it.
All right, everybody agrees the friendly hammer in is the place to be. All right, so the group heads on out. You don't find any fun monsters to deal with, or any more bugs or anything like that. You just have a sticky robed, cloaked figure And by the way, your armor now, Mehen, has some really nice, gross, sticky residue stuff on it because this stuff is nasty. You leave the mines, or the mine number 6, and the walk is not too far, and you can hear, as normal, when you get, especially on a festive day. Festive day is the day that all dwarves do nothing but have a good time, unless you really want to piss them off, and then you ask them to do something, they'll be angry. And in this picture here, you can actually see the mine that you came out of in the distance. You come around the side with the body of the young girl, and you get close to the Friendly Hammer Inn. The Friendly Hammer Inn and Gambling Hall, it is so packed that there's a line of dwarves standing outside. Now, Satuya, who is the lady who runs the gambling hall portion of this fine establishment, she's a very tall, big lady. She's a tough sucker, and she's out there with her tattoos and such, and she's talking to the dwarves, telling them, it's packed in there. You're going to have to wait. You can hear her yelling. She always yells. She doesn't hear very well, so she's always yelling very, very loudly, inside or out. And she's telling these dwarves, you'll get in. It's just packed in there. We got to make room for you. Hold your arses, that kind of thing. The dwarf that you're with, he's following you, and he takes off. As soon as he sees the Friendly Hammer, and he's all, Satuya, we need help. We need help. And he's very animated. He's very, very, very concerned that this person was found. And he runs up to Satuya ahead of all of you, who I'm assuming are more of a quick walk than a run. Am I correct?
This sounds about right.
Okay. So there's a talk between the two, and Satuya goes, everybody out of the way. And she when she yells even louder than her normal loud voice, all the dwarves just go, woo, like, oh shit. And they all get out of her way. And she comes, boom, boom, boom. She's bouncing over to all of you. And she comes over. She's human, and she's almost as tall as you, Mehen. And she's all, oh my goodness. Yes, we must take care of her. Well, come on. And she's like, she starts pulling your arm and trying to get you to move quickly. And she gets all of you to the front of the Friendly Hammer Inn. She opens up the door and she goes, make way. And I'm not going to yell because, I could yell as loud as she is, but she screams, make way. And that whole place gets quiet, and the dwarves it's like the parting of the sea. I mean, it's just like all the dwarves get out of the way. Like, we ain't messing with her. Whatever she wants, she can have. They all get out of her way, and they make enough room for her. They squeeze because it's already packed in there. And she goes through, and she goes down the hallway that leads to the gambling hall portion of the tavern, as well as a few rooms that they do have. I'm assuming you're following her. You all do. You follow her into this hallway. She gets up to a door that's in front of her room, and she kicks the door in, literally kicks it in. She ain't looking for a key. She's not going to go ask for a key. She kicks the door in. She goes up to a bed as you're walking into this room, and she's like patting on it like, okay, this should be good. I just made my dogs bark because they thought the doors being knocked on, but she's patting on this bed, and she's like, okay, that should be good enough. What does she need? And so she's talking to herself. Do you place her on the bed?
Yeah, I drop her on the bed, and then I leave immediately.
Okay, so you leave out of the room, and Satuya says, Lila, she goes, two things. One, she says, could you please, could you help me? I think she's going to need a bath. We should get some towels and this sticky stuff this may hurt her. Would you mind helping me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
and I'm going to roll to see if Little Grin even went in there, because Little Grin may not have even went in.
Doubtful.
He didn't go in any farther than he walked into the packed tavern and went, oh, never mind. He walked back out. He saw how packed it was. He knew he couldn't fit very well, because as soon as everybody walked past, the dwarves spread out again. So he's like, nope. So he stayed out. But anyway, so she says, could you help me? And then she didn't even see that you had left, Mehen. And she says, get out of here. Get out of here, Mehen. She goes, we need to take care of this young lady.
I already left. She can't tell me to get out.
She didn't see you left. She yelled that because she thought you were still there. She's not, she's concerned
This
here,
awful
right?
lady.
Oh, awful. Come on. Satuya's awesome. Satuya's awesome. Anyways, she likes to watch you get your ass kicked drinking against Lila, that's for sure. Anyways, so you leave. Lila, you help. You help Satuya. So I don't have to role play all of that, but basically, like all the sticky stuff on the clothes, the cloak, taking off the cloak, getting that kind of cleaned up as much as possible. She's checking to see, what kind of temperature, feeling the forehead, that kind of thing, and just making sure that she's alive and cleaned up a bit. Okay, so I am going to say that you help with that. Mehen, what are you doing? We just have Little Grin outside the tavern, and he's standing there with some dwarves that actually work, not work, but I see vodka. Um,
I'm getting ready. I'm getting in
Yep.
character.
you see,
I tell
Little Grin's,
I tell Little Grin that Lila and them are taking care of this one. I've got to head to the barracks to clean up. Why don't you meet us back tomorrow morning? We'll check on her.
he says, "Ooh, okay. I may go to the monastery, but then I may come back and I may just sit right here because
Yeah,
I think
Stay all night if you want, brother.
I may just stay up over here just in case she wakes up. She's going to want to say hi to somebody."
Fair enough.
So he goes kind of like his walk that he does, and he starts quickly going to the monastery real quick to check in before coming back. Lila, as you walk out after helping clean up, I'm sorry, Emelise, I saw the name Cheyenne right there, and I almost said it, but I didn't. I caught it. Haven't drank enough. Emelise, which you don't know, that's the name, so I fucked up with that. See how good I am? So, Lila, before you leave, Satuya says, "Oh, by the way, remember I said two things. The second thing, you think you could work tonight? We're packed. It's late afternoon, and we're already like completely packed. We need help. Do you have
Yep.
the time?"
I
Thank
think
you
I
so
do.
much.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could use it if you could head on outside and just keep the stragglers from doing stupid things outside the establishment and getting them in as soon as possible and getting people out. You know how it works. I appreciate it. And now I can get to gambling and helping those others lose their money. I mean, win. She smiles, and she goes into the gambling portion of the tavern. All right. So everybody is mixed into different areas. I love that as a DM. It's so cool to DM 4 different spots at the same time. So besides working, Jenny, is there anything that are you going to check on this this person that you don't know yet that you found in the mine? Are you going to check up on her every so often, or are you just going to let her go for hours? Just wondering.
I feel like I'd probably check once or twice if there's like if there's like a little free moment where it's not too busy. I'll probably just go there, but just to see if she's breathing.
Okay, so you're literally going to work. Work's what's important, but you may, if you got to when you get a break, if you get a break, because it is festive day. So that's Saturdays are like the dwarves. It's going to just get worse here. There's going to be dwarves hanging off the ceiling here shortly. So so when you do get a break, you'll go check on her. So that's how that's going to roll. Okay, so Mehen, you're going to head back to the barracks, and what are you doing there?
Well, it's the only place that Mehen will take his armor off. So
okay, so he won't take his armor off at the temple.
Armor cleans. Got to get a bath.
Okay.
Those kind of things. So
okay, cool.
yeah, got to be surrounded by other guard to get rid of my safety blanket that is chainmail.
Awesome.
So,
excellent. Okay.
Yeah, getting it cleaned up, taking a bath, showering down, making sure my armor is polished and meticulous as is of my noble station. And then
excellent.
as is of not of my noble station, I down a bottle of whiskey and go to sleep.
Awesome. Okay, so you're gonna, because right now it's early afternoon, so it's like 1 or 2. Or what would
I
be
thought we were
considered
late.
Oh no. It's no. You all went in about what would be considered like 10 or 11. I mean, it's right now. By the time this got done, it's like 1 or 2 o'clock.
Well, then I clean my armor, get a bath, make sure I'm looking good, and then I'll head back to the friendly hammer. I thought we were at nighttime.
No. You went in the morning. Remember, the mine didn't take that long. You only had a couple rooms, so it's only been a couple hours.
My
But
bad.
but when you're getting your butt kicked by bugs, I mean, it can seem like it's been all day. So, I mean, you've been through a lot of harrowing experiences, so you may be
Well,
tired, and that's cool.
Well, then we'll get a power nap in, and then head back for the nighttime activities
Okay,
and my chance to beat Lila.
okay. Oh, you know what? Labor Day weekend is the perfect time to try to beat Lila.
Yep.
You know, might be the special thing that I wanted to have happen on this particular stream because holidays are awesome and it's the beginning of a 3-day weekend, and so something crazy's got to go on besides my fucking dog barking, which is driving me crazy. Can y'all hear it really bad? I mean, is the dog really loud? Hey, Papa. Hey, hold on. Hey, come here. Dog's blind. He's got cancer, so like he just goes ape shit, like because he's trying to do his job double duty. So Hades, come here. Hold on. Hades. Come here, Papa. Come here, Papa. Oh, they're both going crazy now. I just fucked up. All right, I'm gonna have to put them in another room because they're starting to drive me insane. There, I'll give you guys
You want
candy.
to take
Shut up.
a 5-minute break, man?
No, that's cool. Everybody's got dogs and shit. Okay, cool. All right, that was it. I just gave them some gummy bears. They love those. Just kidding. I didn't. Just kidding. I didn't do that. Shh, shh. Quiet. You guys good? You guys good? Be quiet.
That's why I give them peanut butter so the mouth can't open.
Oh yeah, they love peanut butter. These dogs love peanut butter. Hey, guys want to be on stream? Yeah, I'll put them on. See, can you guys see this dog? These dogs down here?
Nah, dude. Oh yeah, there they are.
That's my 2 wiener dogs. Yep. Anyways, that's Zeus and Hades. They both think they're gods. So, or the remnants of gods. Anyway, so to move forward, you get cleaned up, and then you're going to go out on a night out of town. It's Saturday in Dwarf City, which this used to be when it was up top, it was the Las Vegas of Theia. So it was a good time. You wanted to be in Kirda Rule during a Saturday, a festive day. Every Saturday is full on party for the dwarves. You don't ever want to interrupt a dwarf on a Saturday in Theia, or they'll look at you like, you want to fight? Those are fighting words. You don't respect me enough. I work my ass off 4 days a week. I have 1 day where I catch everything up, and then it's day for me to party. So, okay, we may have to stop these dogs. Dogs, okay. If they keep going even another minute, I'm going to move them. Or just like a can you take them? I don't know what they're barking at, but something's pissing them off, and they're looking at the door like, I don't know if like Metal Cat's outside. We got a cat called Metal Cat, so we like metal, Zeus, Hades, Metal Cat. So anyways, they're barking at the door like Metal Cat's on the other side looking for chicken. So you know what happens with you, Cheyenne. We've already had this discussion because I didn't want to have to do it live on the Twitch stream. Little Grin is not here, so I don't have to role play that. So we will move forward. And I'm going to go back to Lila. Lila, it's getting even more packed, and even more dwarves want to come to the Friendly Hammer Inn and Gambling Hall. Now, remember, this is the like place that's in the middle of the foreign quarters in Kirda Rule. This is not even in Dwarven Commons proper area. This is not the rich part, if you will, or the nobles, what they call the noble part of the Dwarven settlement. This is just where the survivors go. But because of who runs the establishment and the fact that the dwarves love people, the Dwarven people in Theia love diversity. They love to meet new people and find out their customs and stuff. So all the dwarves that really love gambling come here, because this is where all the people from the foreign quarter go. So they get to gamble with humans, and they get to gamble with gnomes, and they get to gamble with half dragons and all these awesome races and tell stories. Well, us dwarves do this. And then the other person will be drunk and go, well, you know what us gnomes do? Fuck you. That kind of stuff. They love this. This is what they love to do. So this place is hopping. It's hopping, and more groups of 2 or 3 dwarves at a time are coming. And you've got a line outside the door, like 20 dwarves, and they want in. And they want answers why they can't get in. It's packed. And there's David. What's up, David? Whoa, there was David. Damn. Introduction. He just went right past me like that. Can you believe it?
Is he here?
Yeah, I saw him. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Hello? Hello?
What's up? How are you, my friend?
Doing good. Sorry about today. I had a crazy day.
Oh, we've had the gods Zeus and Hades going crazy in the background and all kinds of stuff. So we're just moving forward with the stream.
Okay.
It's good to see you. I hope you had a good week.
I did, yes. How's
Awesome.
everyone doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, we're just getting into the swing of things. The young lady that was found in the gullet of a earthworm by Mehen. All of you got across the chasm one way or the other, and she is resting in the Friendly Hammer Inn. Lila's working at the Friendly Hammer Inn. Mehen took off to the barracks, and you took off to the monastery really quickly to check in. And you told the others you were going to come back and wait to see if the young lady wakes up so that somebody will be there to say hi to her when she wakes up.
Okay.
So you can change that if you want, but it kind of sounded a little Greenwish to say, well, doesn't she want somebody to say hi to her? That kind of thing.
That totally sounds like me, yeah. Let's
So-
go check this gal out.
Okay, so you go to the monastery, and is there anything specific you want to do there? Or are you just going to check in and say, hey, we found somebody and I need to be there for her type thing?
Yeah. I'll definitely just let them know. And I do have a question there. Is it kind of like a relationship like that? Am I like, because I'm still kind of like, I don't know, under contract with the monastery, I guess. So do they kind of expect me to check in with them periodically?
You can ask them,
Mm-hmm.
but they have not said you don't have to do this. Nobody has told you you don't have to check in. You can do what you want.
Well,
You just do it, and so nobody has ever said, you have to or not have to. You assume that it's the right thing to do.
Well, and Lilgren feels that like social obligation without anyone asking him to do it anyways. And yeah, I'll just keep checking in with him and see how things are going.
Right. So that may be partially due to your hill giant bringing, because it may be that in your society of hill giants, if you don't tell someone above you what you're doing, you may get kicked around a little bit. Maybe that may be where you learn that social technique.
Sure.
maybe the hard way. You go out farming for mushrooms and come back and you didn't tell me you were going out to do that. We needed you to throw rocks with us today. I'm sorry. Boom. Something like that. So okay. So you check in, if you will, and they're, oh yes, you do what you need to do. We know you're doing important stuff. You get that kind of reply from your grandmaster, and you head back to the tavern, which is packed. I mean, there's a line of dwarves trying to get in this gambling hall and place of food and drink. It's hopping
Because it's party day.
It's festive day, and it's like now it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The party's hopping. I mean, it's going to be raging tonight. There'll be dwarves sticking out all the windows. It's going to be so packed.
Okay.
I mean, it's getting that way. It's really bad. The debauchery is going on inside. Let me tell you. So, are you going to go in, or are you going to stay outside?
Well, that's interesting. I mean, is there even a room for me to get inside, or is it just jam packed?
Well, you see Lila, and she's standing there in front of about 20 dwarves who really want to be inside. They're like, they're doing the thing.
It's a club, and you know the door guy, so you're
Yeah.
completely good.
Exactly. But you know what?
Don't trip.
You know how when you go like to see a concert, remember back in those times, or you go to a club and you see how people are fidgety wanting to get in, and they're like, all the dwarves are just hopping on their own, just going, I got to get in and have a drink. It's festive day. I can't be standing like this. This is not dwarf like, They want to be in there partying,
Well, I'll go see what the story is with Lila then.
Okay. So you walk up to Lila. Lila, you see Little Grin come back.
Oi.
Hello. I don't think she's awake yet.
Is she in the tavern?
Yeah, she's in one of the rooms.
Think
Lila-
think I should go wait?
I think somebody should go check on her. I haven't been able to do it in a while.
All right. Well, will they let me in this place?
Well, you're not going to drink right now. You're gonna go check up on sleepy person, so you're fine. You can go in.
Lila opens the door for you, and you see when she opens that door, like the butts of 3 dwarves stick out like there's no room at the inn. Okay, like boing, whoop, sorry, they like laugh and kind of push themselves towards. I mean, it's packed, man. It's packed.
Well,
You
I
might
will
want to like
politely push my way through the crowd.
you might want to just do like a stave. You're tall enough to do like a jump and stage dive on top of the doors, and they can just push you towards that. Just kidding. So,
Oh,
that-
that'd be beautiful.
anyways, you push yourself through, and whoa, we heard about him. You hear dwarves saying that because you're a anomaly here, right? You're not normal. You're not normal. You're not the norm. So they're like, hey, isn't that farmer? Isn't that mushroom farmer? Yeah. So you hear that some
It's
as
like
you
it's like being in Japan right now.
oh my goodness. Okay, so I didn't say that, but you push your way through, and you get through, and I mean, there's a couple dwarves that are kind of upset and they want to step on your feet, and you kind of catch them giving you that look, but you finally get over to the spot, and you see a hallway. You have to duck down. You duck down into it. This might be maybe a good time to try that mushroom that you were given that makes you shorter, but that's up to you. I'm going to remind you that you do have it. But you sink down, and you start with your head down. You start walking through a corridor, and it's a little cramped for you. But you make it to. You see 4 doors.
Okay. I guess I don't know which one is. Is there anyone in the hallway?
You turn around. You can barely move your head to look behind you, and you see some dwarves, but there's no one else in the hallway.
Okay. Then I'll knock on the first door I see.
Okay. Oh my
I'd like
goodness.
to think Lila told him which
Did
room
I?
it is,
Forgot
but
to ask.
You didn't ask. Okay.
Isn't one of the doors suspiciously kicked open too?
The door, there's a door. Well, I was going to tell him on the 4th door that he saw that this one was kicked in a little bit, but he just said the first door he saw. So
First door, okay.
I'm going to back up a second. And Lila she said, oh yeah, she's that far one on the right. So she actually pointed from outside, like she pointed like as a hallway, the far to the right, because you don't want to know what's going on in the other rooms. I'm not going to role play and explain those things because I haven't drank enough. Trust me, you don't want to know, ladies and gentlemen, on a Labor Day weekend what Frank will throw in those fucking rooms going on with drunk dwarves. Okay, David Lee Roth in one of them. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so you, so I had to say it. Nobody knows who David Lee Roth is anymore. That's sad. But anyways, that's a different story.
You could have just said they were empty and we could have moved right along. But you had to take it to a
they're
weird spot.
definitely not.
Okay,
So
no, David Lee Roth
clearly you've had a couple drinks. We had to take it to like a weird gutter thing and make everybody feel uncomfortable. I feel like we lost half our
What's wrong
viewers
with David Lee
right
Roth
there.
singing? What's wrong with David Lee Roth known for liking to sing? And
Because it's
Yeah,
all
Oh my
dwarves.
God.
visuals in everybody's head.
Because
I wasn't even going there. Okay, I was just saying
You're
Roth
the
likes-
weirdo
David
in this
Lee Roth
situation. I'm the weirdo here, Prankster.
David Lee
Oh
Roth.
my
David Lee Roth is
God.
known. David Lee Roth is known for hanging out at dwarven establishments and singing in hotel rooms. Okay, that's just what he does. Okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
prob-
singing in the room in the back instead of out front where he should be. You're right. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
That's
the
the-
idiot. My bad.
That's the
Okay.
problem, though, is that it's all dwarves, so it's just heavy beard on beard action in those rooms.
Oh my goodness.
Good for Lord. All right, enough. We're. I know we're a rated R stream, but this is getting weird. So,
Wow.
I'm uncomfortable. You're making me blush.
Well, yeah. You're uncomfortable? Okay. So, anyways, David, Little Grin gets to the end of the hallway, knowing that Lila told him at the end of the hallway to the right was the door that keeps the young lady that you found safe. And you see that this door has a footprint on it, and it's been kicked in a bit.
What, is the door latched, or is it just kind of swinging on its hinge?
It is. It looks beat up, but it looks like the door is closed, like it's actually closed. It's not just going to open on its own.
All right, well, I'll give it a soft knock.
You softly knock. Nothing.
I will try the latch.
You go to the door, and it was kicked in right around that spot, so it's loose in a weird way, like this door may be broken, but then when you turn it enough, you hear a and the door starts to open.
and I will quietly. I'll use a sneak. I'll sneak into the room.
Okay, you're going to stealthily. You're tall, so this place is not built for your size. Although it is human size. It's just under human size because it was made in the foreign quarters.
Right on. So I'm just trying to not wake her if she's still asleep. You know.
Okay, so you're going to roll a stealth check.
I am.
Don't roll a one.
Perfect time for a 1.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
I got a 14.
All right. So you don't make much noise. I mean, there's a little creaking of the wooden floor, that kind of thing from the movement, but nothing, not enough to move this body.
Mm-hmm.
This you see, um, and I need to ask Cheyenne, under the robe, the hooded cloak, what is Emily's wearing? Because
Um,
that's what she's wearing right now.
it's just a basic cloth traveling outfit.
Okay. So is it like a dress type one piece or is it a two piece?
It's like a pantsuit.
Okay, like a pantsuit. Okay. So okay, just asking,
Business up here in Theia.
right? So you see a young lady. She looks human, and she's laying on this bed, and she's wearing like a white, uh, just white clothing, standard.
It's a pantsuit.
Okay, it's a
Got your
pantsuit.
shoulder pads and all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
She's here to trump out, make some deals.
Oh, jeez.
That's where I went to school, man.
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
So
she's wearing
she
a
doesn't
pantsuit.
She doesn't
right.
wake up.
So you move in as quietly as you can, and she doesn't budge. You can see she's breathing, but she doesn't budge from the noise at all.
Then I shall sit on the floor and watch her sleep.
Oh my god. I knew
All right.
it. Oh my
All right.
god.
So you go, okay, I'm going to be the first one to say hi to her because she's going to want to say hi when she wakes up. And you sit down and you just watch her.
Hmm?
And she just lays there, just just breathing quietly and at peace.
Perfect. Do a little
Awesome.
meditation.
Excellent. So you're going to meditate while she's doing that then? You're going to go into meditation?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, not like a deep thing. I want to be aware when she wakes up, you know. but
Right.
just,
Are you sending your powerful good vibes to her? Is that what
Yeah,
you're doing?
yeah. Totally.
Right? Because you've
All
been
the
taught that.
vibes.
Yes, you've been told this stuff in the monastery that whenever one of the monks doesn't feel well, if you sit and you focus on them and that you want to share with them your feelings of health and good fortunes and stuff, that's a great
Yep.
thing to do.
I transcend Chris Farley style.
Okay.
If anyone knows that reference.
Right.
Beverly Hills
Absolutely.
Ninja.
Right. Excellent. Well, it's getting nothing more than just hugely crazy and chaotic at this inn. It is going off the hook. The dwarves are standing on the tables. They're singing. They're dancing. Sukeshi's performing. Everybody's enjoying Sukeshi doing his thing. He's having a blast. He's making all kinds of coin, getting tips. It's it may be so packed that they're going to run out of some booze tonight. That's how bad and how awesome this night is at the Friendly Hammerin' Inn. Man, you get done cleaning up and getting respectable, and it's getting close to that time for a meal. Are you going to eat in the barracks, or are you going to go down to the club, if you will, the tavern?
I need to make a couple quick stops.
Okay.
First off, I need to find Giancar, my brother.
Okay. He is out in the middle of his route of walking through the city and protecting those who need protection.
So I just need to ask him. I pop up to him and I go, "Hey, what'd you do with the crystal?"
Okay, you find him in the middle part of the Dwarven Commons, around all the businesses and such, the market area. And what did you want to ask him?
I asked him about the crystal I gave him. What did he end up doing with it?
He looks at you and he says, "Brother, were you drinking when you asked me to take that back to Ms. Axe Kicker.
No.
Uh, I really can't share with you in public how I feel right now about what you had me do. It wasn't funny. I hope that you weren't trying to be funny.
Wait, did the crystal disappear? Is that why we're having an argument here?
No, that crystal is supposed to stay in the mine. It's a scrying device. So if there's an
Ah.
emergency, there's an emergency, the dwarves can let more dwarves know about what's going on if they're stuck in the mine.
See, it was around all the bugs. We thought it was doing something weird. And nobody
Oh.
told us there was a scrying device. Sorry, man. Wasn't trying to make a joke.
Oh, and by the way, and he pulls up he puts like this plate of where his armor is. He like moves over to this one side, and he goes, "You see that? He's got bruises. Okay, you kicked his leg so many times, like 6 or 7 times. He's all, you see these bruises? I owe you. I owe you."
Well, next time when I say to do something, just do it, and I walk away.
And as you
I
say
walk
that,
away before he can answer.
Yeah, he wants to answer, and as you walk away, you hear him, he does that dragon snout type thing where the snot comes out his nose, and that's the way that you cuss when you want to be polite as a half dragon, because you got that big old nose right there.
As we're walking away, I say, "Love you too, brother."
Mm. Yeah,
We actually do like each other.
Yeah, but he owes you. He owes you now. He owes you.
I think we're getting close to even from getting beat up by him as youngsters. So
Well, dude,
next up, I gotta find Bertha Axe Kicker real fast.
Ooh, and where are you gonna go to find Miss Axe Kicker?
Well, I need to ask.
This is gonna be interesting.
I do ask around to a couple of the City Watch if she's available. We just want to check out if we finished with clearing the mines or if we need to go tackle this earthworm.
Okay.
And also about repairing the bridge.
Okay, so I'm going to assume you're going to ignore your brother at this point, not ask him about her.
No.
So the northern part of the settlement is where the Council of the Five meet.
Yep.
And there's also a huge tavern / meeting hall / hotel and eating establishment and everything all in one big building. It's like the most elaborate building in all of Theia. And
to the north.
likely, unless there's a council meeting, she's going to be there.
Okay, so yeah, that's where I head then.
Okay. All right, so you head towards that way, and there are 4 of these small, like dwarven outpost-like type things. There's 4 of them in front of this big building, and each of them have 2 dwarves in them each. And
oh shit, yo, we just got raided.
What?
We have 76 people watching us right now. What's up, everybody? Thanks so
everyone.
much. Appreciate the raid.
Oh,
That's sick. Thanks a lot, y'all.
Whoa, what the hell?
Everybody was popping in there. They're not even noticing. I wasn't paying attention, y'all. Sorry, but thanks a lot from the DM layer. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's cool.
Anyway,
that blew me away.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, why don't you tell them where we're at just a minute while we got this viewers, because we got a bunch of new people.
Tell them where we are in the story, or we're about
Just
the
where
dice
we're at in
cult.
general. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
we're in Theia, right?
Yeah, we're in the Legends of Theia. Theia is a planet that's in a universe that I started creating back in junior high. We are in a town called Kirdarul, which Kirdarul is a dwarven settlement that's underground about 2 miles. The surface of the planet was destroyed in a Great World War, and so all the survivors or people that didn't want to die up top, in other words, they weren't as foolhardy as the warriors that stayed up top and just got their butts kicked by all kinds of things. They went down deep, and so there's this dwarven settlement. The dwarven city of Kirdarul used to be kind of like, I would say, Las Vegas on this planet. So the dwarves are very much a party animal type race. They love to have a good time, and it's Saturday night, which is called Festive Day for them. And so all the dwarves are not working. They're all having a good time. But a lot of the people that came that were survivors that are not dwarves do a lot of the work on that day because they're not used to having a day off like that. So we have this party that is all split up. A new person has been found in a mine that was cleaned out of some bugs. They did some cleaning of bugs from a mine in the dwarven stronghold. So at this point, the gold dragon Half Gold Dragon is looking for one of the leaders of the dwarven settlement and going to get paid before he goes back to the inn and get loaded, as he does most every night with our dwarven barbarian, or I'm sorry, our gnome barbarian who's working at that establishment right now.
All right, yeah, let's hit it. So, into the fancy hotel.
So before you get in, I was going to say there are these 4 spots with these dwarves that are hanging out, each 2 in each of these. It looks kind of like a defense place. You see these all along the city. This is like your watch. You just haven't been in this particular area much on your walks. And so there's 2 dwarves in each of these. You look at them. You've seen these dwarves before. You work with them. You haven't been given this task before being here, but the door opens to this very, very nice building within the settlement. And in fact, Bertha Axekicker comes walking out with her entourage that she always has of 4 to 6 male dwarves. And she's got her axe on her shoulder. She's slinging it, and she's walking with purpose. And she's looking down. You see her. She looks up, and she goes, "You." "Yes, I was looking to speak to you," she says it loud as she's walking up to you with purpose. So you clean the mines.
Well, we got all of them, and we went across the broken bridge to the south, and there was an earthworm. We found a human female who looked like she was about to be eaten by an earthworm and in quite a bit of harm's way. So we brought her back. I don't know. I didn't know if you wanted us to go further past the broken bridge, but we had cleared the rest of it.
The reason I'm not having a good time myself on this festive day, which I will have a good time, but I heard about this young one that you found. Take me to her.
Let's hit it. She's at the Friendly Hammer.
Lead the way.
I start jogging purposefully down towards
Okay.
the Friendly Hammer.
She goes, "I'm not going to be jogging on festive day, but I'll meet you there."
Oh, I stop immediately then. I thought she was in a hurry. So.
Oh yeah, she is, but that's too much on festive day for any dwarf.
All right.
She's like walking good, but she's not jogging for sure.
Yeah, I lead. As soon as we get a little closer, like maybe within like 20 yards, I kind of sprint up ahead because I know Lila's at the door, and I say, "Lila, make room. Bertha's coming to see the girl."
Okay, I just start shouting over there. Out of the way!
Okay, so there's like 20 dwarves trying to get into this establishment, and you open the door. You see Bertha Axekicker and her. She's got 4 dwarves with her this time, and
I brought the
dwarves,
shield.
Yeah, the
shield
dwarves,
out front and just start walking in through, yelling, "Make way for Bertha!"
and all the dwarves that are outside, they see her and they're like, "Oh," and they start bowing to her and like acknowledging her presence. And she's just very quickly nodding like, yeah, guys, I know you want to get drunk too. So do I. She's very much wanting to get done with this. You can tell, but she's being very, very good about it, very polite, but she needs to do this. So she goes in very focused, her eyebrow piercings gleaming in the light of the tavern. As she walks in, she looks around. The tavern gets quiet for a moment, and they all literally, all these men and women who are drinking and partying, they all just kind of nod within seconds of themselves. And she goes, "Have at it." And it gets loud again, and she goes in and follows your lead into where this young lady is that you found.
Yeah, so pop right in the room. I guess Little Grin's still there, so I just stand behind Little Grin and let Bertha do her thing.
Okay. So you walk in, and the door almost hits Little Grin in the butt. He's sitting there, him and his big half-giant self in this small door. Well, it's a human-sized small Motel 6-ish room. I shouldn't have said that. Ooh. Anyways, you go in and make your way. Bertha Axekicker comes in, and she's like, "Oh," like when she almost walks right into you, Little Grin. "Oh," and then she gets out of the way.
And I'll just point to the bed and go, "Girl's asleep."
She goes, "Oh my. Oh my. She does have that look, doesn't she? She's radiant. There's Do you know anything about her?
All I know is we found her about to be eaten by an earthworm.
Oh,
She's got
you're
a
okay.
pretty snore.
Did anyone get injured? Did anyone get killed?
No, not that we saw.
Oh, they're dangerous, but they're slow. They're so slow. The earthworms. Hmm. I wonder. You know the priest at the temple, right, Mehen?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Perhaps you should bring her.
I'm gone.
Bring him.
Right out as fast as she says it.
Yes. And she goes and she sits to the left of you, little Grin. Bertha axe kicker, that is. She puts her axe up against the wall and she sits there and just stares at the young lady.
Okay.
Has she slept the whole time?
Since I've been here,
And nothing. Uh hmm. Um Maybe we should have something ready for her to eat. She would probably be very hungry when she wakes up.
well, I could go fetch her something.
Would you do that for me?
Oi. And I'll crawl out of the room.
Don't stand up. Okay. All right. So you turn around and start you start crawling to get yourself up in the hallway. Because it's not your height here. So you go to do that, and it's tough. I mean, there's dwarves everywhere. They're now in the hallway just to be able to party with each other. I mean, it's very packed.
Yeah.
And what you're going to have to do is basically yell for something from the hallway itself to order this food. Okay?
Can't even slip by him.
It's packed. It's like it's wall to wall dwarves. I mean, it's packed. It is packed. And there's other races there too, but it's packed. There's no way. I mean, unless you really want to piss somebody off, you're just going to have to yell for it from across. I mean, it's only about 4 feet from. I mean, you could maybe jump over them or something, but
I
you're 4
have
feet from the.
excellent acrobatics.
Go for it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Do it.
Is the half giant here about to crush like 3 or 4 dwarfs?
Oh God.
Possibly.
Okay.
I got a
So
10.
okay, so you see that there's a table in front of you that people are standing around, but they're not on the table, right? And so you decide you're going to jump because you said you're going to jump. The only place really to jump is if you want to jump onto the table and then off the table into a spot in front of the bar.
Sounds good.
All right, and you rolled a 10, right?
Yeah.
So
a perfectly average roll.
exactly. So, right, exactly. So what occurs is you kind of like leap up onto the table, and it looks good at first, but when you put your foot up on the edge of the table just goes wham, like right towards you because you don't hit it in the center, right? And so the legs of the table, it just goes like right towards you, and you go whoops, and you slide off the table and keep the table down nice so it doesn't break or hurt anybody. And the dwarves around you look up and they think it's funny. They think you're trying to, they think you're trying to be entertaining or something.
Well, I'll
as
take
they
a
sit there and
short
drink.
bow.
But now you're a little bit closer, so you squeeze your way through. You get around a couple dwarves. Are, hey, what are you doing? And you get over there and you see the bartender, and he looks over at you. He looks up at you, as you know he has to. And what are you going to order?
Ooh. All I was gonna say was I was just gonna lean to the bartender and say, Bertha asked me to grab a meal.
Oh, Bertha? Where is she?
Upstairs, 4th room.
The fourth. Oh, yeah. The one with the girl in it. Yes. We'll send her food right away. Tell Bertha not to. She won't have to wait long. Oh, yes. And he jumps off his stool. He goes running over there real quick like little dwarves do. Woo! And he goes back in the kitchen area and he's hopping. So push your way out, get back over to the room, and you go back in there. And Bertha Axe Kicker is really close to this young girl laying in bed.
I was
She's
gonna
really close.
But before you, I was gonna kind of just slowly come. I guess I would trust. I totally trust Bertha. Never mind. I'll just burst in the room like a half giant.
Okay. So you burst into the room like a half giant, and Bertha Axe Kicker has gotten closer to this young girl, and she's like sitting there just really staring. I mean, she's really fixed at this young girl. There's something about her that has her just she's you can't you may want to ask her, it's up to you, but she's just staring at this girl like there's there's something about this person that warrants her focus. Mehen, you are on your way to the temple. You get there no problem, and you see the lone, we'll call him an advisor or priest. You've worked with him before when you came in to talk about Bahamut, and he greets you and asks you what he can do for you on this wonderful festive day.
Yeah, I move right up to him and probably over talk him and just say, "Bertha requests your presence now at the Friendly Hammer."
Let's go, he
And
says.
I start leading the way.
All right. You lead the way. You get there. You see Lila working outside. There are now 30 dwarves wanting to get in, like 5 of them were there when you first got there the last time. So it's very slow getting in, and it's crazy. There is like literally people sitting on, like this picture here, that area there with those windows at top. There's like literally dwarves like sitting on the ledges trying to fit. It's really bad. It's packed. It's loud as hell.
So I just shout, "Make way for the priest," at Bertha's request, and I put my shield out in front of me and I just walk.
Okay. Okay. So when you say that at first, get out of the way for the priest. Outside, like those dwarves don't move much. You hear up, blah blah blah, a couple
Then
things. But when you say at Bertha's request, they shut up and they move.
And if anybody's in the way or too drunk to heed the request, I'm not hurting them, but I'm just moving people back and
Okay.
forth with my shield.
Right. Okay. So you get in. You use your shield. The priest follows you, and you make your way. Although it's a little pushy, you make your way, and you get to the room. When you get-
I stand outside the room and let him in.
He walks in, and there, Little Grin, are you sitting back down like you were and meditating, or
I was gonna ask what Bertha was seeing.
you definitely asked that question? So you asked that question to her as the others are coming to the tavern, and she says there's something about her, the way the light hits her, or something. There's just this radiance to her, and I've heard of it before, but I've never seen it.
Oh, so you like girls, yeah?
Uh, I like everyone. I mean, I'm a dwarf. We get along with everybody.
She's quite pretty. Is that what you mean by radiant?
No, silly. Look, and she just like she points, and you can see that about just about an inch and a half from her face. There's just there's something there's like a almost like a glow, a very faint glow. And she goes, "See? Can't you see the light? It follows all around her face. Can't you see that?"
I'll stare at it. Can I see it?
You stare real hard. Little Grin squints even to try to see it. And there, sure enough, you've never seen anybody. Now, actually, there is a dwarf that glows green.
Mhm. Yeah.
But this is a little different than that.
Okay.
But there actually is this slight radiance around her. It's almost like, you've seen somebody cast like light. Remember Cell used to cast light?
Mhm.
It's almost like that, just very dim, but it's all around her.
I'm immediately enchanted and do nothing but stare at her.
And now you know why she was staring.
Yeah,
You now know.
I like
And
shiny.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
And the priest comes in, and Bertha looks up and she goes, "Look." And she points, and the priest looks down, and he gets on both knees, and he just stares. Again, quiet, like you, Little Grin. Mehen, are you going to stay outside, or are you going to go in?
I'm watching from the doorway, but I'm not gonna go in.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep other people out and watching.
Emelise, we had discussed what you saw, and you suddenly get what feels like a bit of a punch in the stomach, and it makes you lose your breath. And with that, you need to take a breath. And when you do, you take this breath, which almost feels like a new breath of life, and your eyes begin to clear, and you see for the first time after things going black when you were traveling in the caverns on your way to Kyoto. And as your eyes clear, you feel as if you're laying down, and you're in a rather well lit room, and to your left, you see a bearded female dwarf with fiery red hair, and she's got an axe knocked up against the wall next to her. To her right, you see a large, looks like a very large human, 8.5 foot tall, crouching down, and he is staring at you without blinking. He is,
Hello, puppet.
and he waves at you and says, "Hello, puppet." You said puppet? You said
Yeah.
puppet, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And then you see this, and then to the left of him is a robed dwarf, a male robed dwarf, again with beard, and his eyes widen as you awake. What are you going to do, if anything?
I kind of take in the sight of everyone around me, and I am just so overcome with the feeling of, I mean, relief that I'm alive, but also the exhaustion
Right?
from being almost digested inside that giant worm. And I just sort of close my eyes again, and I just sort of like take everything in.
You open your eyes, you see everyone, and you all see that this young girl looks at all of you. You see it, and then she closes her eyes, and she kind of huddles into herself. Mehen, you saw that she awoke. Are you going to do anything?
Not right now. I'm still watching. I was actually kind of holding back a command spell in case she popped up. I was gonna say halt. So I'm still kind of that's still kind of on my breath in case she
You know
starts
what? You don't.
freaking
You
out.
don't. You don't know her. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So just
All right,
kind of
look,
waiting to see.
little grin. You were the first one to get to say hello to her, and she closed her eyes again after what seemed to be coming awake for a moment.
Do I think she went back to sleep?
It looks like she went back to sleep. She
Oh.
closed her eyes again and kind of moved a little bit, like maybe she's getting comfortable and she needs to sleep some more.
Well, maybe she needs to sleep some more.
Little grin tells the other two. Uh,
Well played, little grin. Well played.
Bertha says.
Good move.
Bertha says, "Whoa, you may be right. She had to have been through some terrible. What a terrible ordeal. Um, well, I've gotten to see her with my own eyes. I must go. It's festive day, and I promised my friends I would meet up with them, and I'll be in touch with all of you. I owe all of you and your friends me and some gold, and if you go by the tavern in the noble section, you can get your gold from the tavern keep there. Okay."
I say it's no rush, but in the meantime, what do you want us to do with this one?
Her? Ah, well, now I suppose you should probably protect her with your life. And
Protect her.
she takes her.
I'm a little shocked. Do we know anything about her? I'm happy to do as you ask. I just wanted to check.
Mm, well, perhaps you should speak to the priest.
Very well.
I'm going to leave now, and I trust that I trust you in this situation. She grabs the axe and she walks off. She doesn't do her usual kick to show off like I'm leaving now. She doesn't do that. She grabs her axe and she walks off with a concerned look on her face.
Okay. The priest, I ask him. I walk up to him. And I just go, what's the situation here?
Well, the priest looks down as he's on his knees. He says, I don't know. I mean, she she was traveling alone. That's that that's you know that means something, obviously, unless she was traveling with others. Did you see any others? Were there bones in the earthworm? Was there any signs of any other that she was traveling with?
I saw her, an earthworm coming at me. I drug her away, and the earthworm retreated. That's it.
Mm. Well, you
What
know,
what
because of go ahead.
what makes her all sparkle warkle?
And you you didn't see this. You heard them talking about it, Mehen. Have you, are you going to look at her and really try to focus to see what they're talking about?
Nope. I've learned over the course of several sessions that the half giant is probably smarter than all of us in his own way. So I look at him and I go, yeah, priest. What makes her sparkle warkle?
He says, well, um, if she was being digested, she probably had a lot of digestive juices all over her for some time. Maybe that, but
Oh, I ain't
to
never
be
seen nobody look so great covered in the goop of the insides.
well, before the the Anis Onamaram, the Great World War, there were those who, well, it's probably not that.
Say it.
But well, there are those that were sometimes messengers. Sometimes,
Messengers from gods.
perhaps.
All right. As soon as he says that, I want to use detect evil.
Okay, you may.
Uh,
You
boom.
you go to scan the area, and she brightly lights up like she's Asmodeus number two. No, just kidding. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
About to catch a mace in the face.
No, you scan the room, and you pick up no signs of evil.
All right. I'm satisfied. We shall watch her. Anything we need to do, priest, to keep her comfortable?
Uh, she's probably going to be hungry soon. And about this time, here comes the barkeep with all this awesome food. Like you've never seen any food this awesome. Okay, like true story. Okay, like true story. This guy comes in with a like the finest food you've ever seen from this tavern and goes, "Here, Bertha. Here you go. Here's your food." Looks around. Where's Bertha?
I say she just left, unfortunately, but leave the food. It was commanded by her that our new guest here receive it.
Hmm.
Wouldn't be
I
your
see.
vegan options.
Hmm? What? He looks at you as he puts the tray down on the little table that's in this room. What are vegan options?
Like veg. Is it just like a big platter of meat, or is there some bread or something?
Oh, hmm. I well, we have mushrooms.
Oh, I know that.
Uh, we we have several breads that will help you as well, and we have a lot of beer. The ale is vegan. We have whiskey. The whiskey's vegan.
Just the bread
say-
for me, thanks.
I
Do you want-
say, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, little grin. Keep watch for a moment. I'll be back. So first, I'm gonna try to pop out and just explain to Lila what's going on,
Okay.
and then grab a couple tankards of, or maybe just a keg of ale for Little Grin and I, if I can snag one, and take it back to that room.
I suggest following the tavern master, the owner, when he leaves after dropping off the food if you want to do the keg.
Yeah, I
Okay.
I pay him for a keg for me and him. I tell
Okay.
Lila what's going on, and I
Okay.
try to bring some comforts, maybe a couple of pillows and blankets, and
Okay.
Little Grin and I camp out.
Okay. So as you leave, the priest leaves with you, and he says, "Please let me know what comes of her." Okay.
We'll send word first thing.
Excellent. And he takes off to go back to the temple because he forgot to lock the doors when he left. But that's okay because it's open to everyone, right? So he was in such a rush he forgot. But that's for a different story, different time, different session. So Little Grin, you're sitting there, and Emily, you have a vision
Okay.
after you close your eyes of the sort that I just told you about earlier.
Of
And
the
this
wait, what'd you say? Of
the
the what?
of the sort, meaning the one of the sort, the kind that I just
Oh, gotcha.
told
I
you
thought you
about,
said
right?
sword. I was like, oh no,
No,
I
no, I'm
missed
sorry.
something.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
it's Friday. I've drank a little bit and my
You're
words are a
fine.
little slurry at times. So anyways, you have this vision and it immediately, like, because you've awakened once and you've like kind of gotten into yourself and getting your bearings back, this vision causes you to have some urgency after hearing the words that were said to you.
Okay.
So going to continue to rest, or are you going to do something else?
Um, I think I'm gonna slowly open my eyes and I'm gonna kind of like prop myself up on the bed, with like both my arms sort of just like leaning up my torso, and I'm gonna look. Is there anyone in the room with me?
There is a
Hello.
there the half dragon, the half giant that waved at you earlier and said hello is still standing there looking at you. And as you prop yourself up, he goes hello and he smiles. He's
Okay.
got a big grin.
All right. I'm gonna kind of like keep myself propped up, but I'm gonna like kind of rub my eyes and sort of like in this very slow sleepy waking up, but be overtaken by like a yawn at the same time. I'm like, hello, I'm sorry, who are you?
Me name's Lilgren. And yourself?
Oh, I like look around the room uncertainly. I'm like, I'm
You s-
Emelise. uh were you did you pull me out of the caves?
Oi.
Y- Oh, oh my God. I sit up and adjust my weight. I'm like, I am so sorry. I've been just sleeping off the trauma of that incident. Thank you so much.
You
For
seemed a mite bit tuckered.
Yeah, I was. I have gold for you. I don't have a lot, but I can give you like 2 pieces of gold for saving me. And I like reach into my pouch and I offer it to him.
yeah, you see actually on the side of the bed is your stuff. You see
Okay.
that your cloak and the purse type backpack that you have is there. You also notice in the room is some, it smells, it's up to you, but it's very fresh smelling food
Okay.
that's warm. You can see steam rising from it, and there is also a rather big cask type size of ale.
Okay. Um wow,
I don't
I look at Logre and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of food that you ordered.
keep
You're
keep
gonna
keep your shinies, but have as much of the food as you want.
oh, I appreciate that. I'm actually fasting right now. Even I feel even though I feel very weak, I just sort of think that I need to keep my body sort of cleansed right now.
They're
I've
not so hot on alternative diets around here.
it's it's not really a diet. But okay. Is there just some water that you have that I may have a sip of?
There's water there too.
Oi.
There's water there too. There's water.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pointed out the ale because, well, it's Friday and there we go.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna take some of the water and I'm gonna drink from it, and I'm gonna finish the entire flask or
Right.
bag, whatever's there.
Yep.
And I pull it away from my mouth. I'm like, I still actually kind of feel parched. Is there somewhere where I can get some more water?
Oh, yeah, I'll fetch you some.
Oh, yeah, sure. I appreciate that, and I'll just stay sitting on the bed, and I'll give him the flask.
Okay. So you hand the mug over or the flask over, and Little Grin, you gonna go get some more water?
Yeah. I guess.
Okay. So you notice that Little Grin like kind of has to crawl because he's big, and he goes through the doorway, and you hear a loud roar that you didn't pick up on. I mean, it is loud. It sounds like there's a huge crowd on the other side of this door.
Who's hearing
Like
this?
you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear for the first time you've noticed it. I mean, this is like when he opens the door, it's loud, and there's a huge, sounds like a huge crowd of people on the other side of the door,
Oh
like
wow.
literally right in the hallway. You can see like there's a hallway on the other side of the door.
Did I
So,
make
Okay.
it back towards the room?
yep, you see that Little Grin is leaving the hallway and he's got like a glass in his hand, a flask in his hand, as you get there with your pillows and such.
Wait, I'm following him?
No, I'm talking to
Oh,
Mehen now. Yeah, yeah.
okay. Sorry.
No, you're sitting on
Uh,
the bed as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
As far as what
I'm
you
still
said.
on the
As
bed. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted to
yeah,
make sure that was,
yeah.
yeah.
as Little Grin runs, I stopped him and I said, "Little Grin, where are you going?"
The shiny girl woke up and wanted more water.
Oh, I rush over to the room then.
You
And
rush over to the room.
Burst in.
The door is like partially open.
Yeah,
Um,
I burst in.
all right. You burst in. The door like boom opens up like I'm here, and you see well, what do you look like, Mehen?
I'm about 6'8" in full armor, gold hue. Definitely a dragonborn. But I do look somewhat polite.
Even though you just burst through my room.
Yeah,
Excited.
and he's got.
Okay.
What do you have in your hands, Mehen?
Well, I thought I had a keg, but
Yes.
yeah, so I dropped the other keg down.
So more ale comes into the room, and in a much bigger fashion. Did you say you were going to get some pillows or anything, like blankets or something?
Yeah, I just throw
Okay.
them in the corner.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it looks as if like a small camp is being set up in this room, with the beer and the or the ale, I should say, and the bed blankets and pillows and such.
So I just kind of stare at her until she talks first.
Okay, are you going to stand there, or are you going to sit on the ground or
I
in a chair?
stand. I drop the ale. I throw the pillows and blankets, and then I just stare right at her.
Okay.
All right. I very awkwardly just stare back at this dragonborn and I wait a few moments. And I kind of like lean back on the bed.
Okay.
And I
Roll.
sort of point towards the door. I'm like, it sounds really packed out there.
I'd say it's Festivus Day in Kier de Rule. Do you know where you are?
I'm assuming Cure de Rule.
Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from a long ways away, actually. A really long way.
As do I. Does their faraway place have a name?
Yeah, I'm from a small town, off of the Isle of Achen.
From the surface.
Yeah, yeah.
When did you come under?
Like underground.
Mhm.
Maybe like a week ago. Actually, I don't know how long I was knocked out.
You were on the surface a week ago?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how much time has passed since I've been unconscious, but like maybe a week or two.
You were on the surface a week ago.
Yes, I was on the surface
I
a week ago.
I seem like this is probably troubling news since we feel like we've been underground a long time. So I probe a little further and I go, do you know how you got underground?
Willingly, actually. I I don't really know if I should tell you everything, actually. Um, But-
I'm just staring at you, so tell me something.
Okay, well, yeah,
By the
that
way,
is
just
pretty
1 second.
intimidating.
I not to interrupt. I love the role play. Can you please, Emily's, roll a religion check real quick?
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I well, 11 plus my religion, which is +4. So
Okay.
15.
So as you're talking, you do see that his shield has the symbol of Bahamut on it, and you're familiar with the symbol of Bahamut.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of keep that information in my mind
Mhm.
since I'm not a particularly religious person, but at least I know he's not a horrible guy.
Right.
But I continue to tell him, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not super comfortable telling you everything. But yeah, there was some definite interesting things going on up there. Um, so are you with that like giant dude?
Little Grin, he's a good person.
Yeah, he's getting me water.
Unfortunately, while you're not a prisoner, we don't want you to leave until we can ascertain what's going on.
Wait, no, I'm sorry.
Plenty of food and water.
I definitely
everything that you
understand.
possibly need.
No, I get that, and I appreciate you giving me food and a room and all this, and I'm very grateful that you and your friend or more, I don't know, saved my life. But I'm not okay staying here. There definitely
Yeah,
sounds like there's a lot of
that
people on the other
earthworm-
side of this door.
That earthworm ruined my armor when I pulled you out of its maw. So you can hang out here for a little while till we figure out what's going on.
Okay,
or
well,
I
wait,
tell
like,
the leader of Kirdurul, Bertha Axekicker, tells me differently. I've
okay.
been told to watch over you. You are free to leave this room, but I go with you.
Oh, well, what if I need to go to the bathroom or like if I need to change or something? Where do you go?
Well, I'll turn
I need
around.
to use the restroom. Can you please show me where the restroom is and let me?
Hand her a pot and turn around.
No. I'm sorry. Can you give a lady a little bit of privacy? You're really gonna give me a pot?
Yeah, just don't break away.
Okay.
And
Can
I
you?
leave the room.
Okay, great. Is there a window?
There is a window
Is
that
it locked?
it is, but you can unlatch it if you wish. It
I-
doesn't look like
I-
it's been unlatched for a long
I
time.
unlatch it. How far up am I?
Listening to the door.
You unlatch it, and it open it. You're on the floor. I mean, you're on the ground floor of this establishment.
Okay.
not-
Do I
you're
need
not
to
up-
roll it? Do I need to roll a stealth for how quietly I open this window?
It's a little stuck, so it may you may have to -1 knot off there. I mean, if you want to use your stealth to try to be quiet,
No,
you
this is what I'm gonna do. Okay.
I listened at the door.
All right. As I realize I'm very lightly touching the window and unlatching it, and I'm kind of jiggling it up to see like, okay, I can definitely lift it up, but it's gonna be a little stuck and it's gonna make noise. So at the same time, I'm going to, as I lift up, I'm going to cast a minor illusion outside. I think I can cast it outside the door. Within range. Okay, 30 feet. Outside of the door, that sounds like a giant bang. Just this illusion of this loud sound like a table, like a bar table, or someone getting like hurt. Just like a ruckus. I'm gonna create a sound of a ruckus outside the door so I can like open up this window.
All right, you cast your. Do you have to roll for that? Like, is there any? Does
I
Mehen?
have to roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mehen would have to roll.
Yeah, he has to make a successful intelligence /
Okay.
investigation check
Awesome.
against my spell
Excellent.
save DC.
Okay.
Un momento. Is it just straight up intelligence?
Yeah, it's intelligence or investigation, whichever one you want to do.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do investigation. Nope, I don't have that. So it's just D20 plus 2.
There we go.
11.
All right, my spell save DC is 14.
Okay, so you are outside trying to listen to see if you hear any noise from there, and then suddenly it sounds like a fight's starting to break out in right out in the tavern area there, right past the hall. Well, it sounds like a fight's breaking out. You're bang, like maybe a table's been thrown, which wouldn't be an uncommon occurrence here. It's getting later on a Saturday, if you will, or a festive day. Mehen, what are you gonna do?
Well, obviously I'm distracted by the noise.
Yep.
I attempted to listen into the door to see if I could hear some restroom noises, or possibly because I knew that there was a window. So
Do you have heightened hearing because of you are a half dragon? Just asking if that's a actual advantage you
I
have.
don't think that's a thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't think so either. Or I
If
might
it's
be able to play you off, but it's
your
very,
tongue.
it's, it's very, very, yeah, right. It's very, very loud. With all,
So can I go ahead and make a perception check just to see if I notice, or is she gone?
well, I haven't heard that that's what she's doing, but she made the sound, and you paid attention to that. Emilise, what are you doing?
I'm climbing out the window. I feel like a prisoner, and I'm just gonna start like running, like sneaking around the outside of this tavern,
Okay.
and I'm gonna run back towards the mines where they were, looking for the companion I was traveling with a few days ago.
Okay. One moment. Okay. So what is your strength?
My
What is,
strength?
yeah, what's your strength?
9.
Okay. So here's what happens. You take the door, or so the window, you unlatch it, and you can kind of pull it forward some, and then you have to pull it up, and you get to about that much room, and it's like, uh-oh, I don't know if this is going to open much more. You can't tell. You're going to have to really push it or even maybe break it to make it big enough for you to get out of. Yeah, it's
Okay,
like I said.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, cool, awesome. You want to just use your strength to do that?
Yeah, well, I think I should. Let's see here. I would say that would be my athletics, right? I mean, it's the same as my strength, a -1.
Um,
But
yeah, that's fine. You could just use that. That would
okay.
be fine. You could also do survive. Well, the survival is a little bit different. Never mind.
Oh, I'm adding a whole bunch of d20s. How do I go back to just one? Oh, I got it. No worries. All right,
Perfect.
rolling. Oh
Okay.
dang, 3.
So,
Shit.
so
Do I hear the working of this?
I'm going to say that you, because it's so loud in there. I mean that.
Let me do a
But-
perception roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll allow that.
And let me double check. Perception is okay. D20 plus 2. 11.
Okay. Oh, geez, that's
So
just
hard for
right.
DMs when it's that in between.
Right. Well, it's just so loud, and I mean, this place is freaking packed with dwarf party. Okay.
And
I mean,
and
it's
I'm gonna definitely give her some more moves. I'm just gonna tell you that probably your choice, but certainly after about 20 seconds or 30 seconds of no noise in there, I'm busting in.
Okay.
So
Okay.
your call.
20
Okay.
seconds?
Yeah, maybe 30.
What if she has to make a boom boom?
I don't care.
Exactly.
Bertha told me to watch her, and
Hold
that's
on.
what I'm doing.
Hold on. He said protect her. She said protect her with your life. That's what she
Yes.
said. She didn't say make her a prisoner though.
No, but I don't
just saying.
trust her. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think she's
Right.
gonna flee.
Oh, well, that's what people do sometimes when they're like, "Hi, who are you? What? I got to do this? Wait."
Why?
You
Because if somebody
you
said the
You
exact
didn't
same
even
thing,
you didn't even
if-
say please.
if somebody
Right?
said the exact same thing I said to her, to me, I would just be kicking doors. So
Right.
So
And
I know how she
she's
feels,
trying
and I'm not allowing it.
Right. Well, yep, you've been there too, probably. So, right. So, you feel that this window is going to take more than just your strength. It's going to take some type of, I mean, you might want to punch it, kick it, something like that. But it's gonna take more than just it's. There's something about it that it's old. It didn't look like, I told you, it looked like it hadn't been open for some time, and those windows like that sometimes are tough. It's what the dice said happened. Uh-oh. What are you gonna do, Annalise?
Wait, where is he?
He's on the other side of the room waiting for you, because you said you had to use the.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm still trying to break free. Like, that's
Okay,
what my goal is to get on the
Okay.
other side of this window.
Okay, great. So Well, there's some things you could throw at the window to try to bust it
All
instead of being
right.
quiet about it.
All right. I'm gonna do another minor illusion
I'm
to
just
make a
giving you. I
sound.
mean, I'm just telling you. There's things
Let's
you can
see.
throw at it.
Yeah,
There's
you're
things,
right. Okay, so let me look at my equipment really quick. I have I have a pan flute. I have a little bag of sand. I have my athame. I have my dagger. Okay, we're just gonna fucking go. All right,
okay,
this
so
is
one
what I'm
second.
gonna do.
Okay, cool. So
I'm
you go through, you rummage, you find your dagger. Little Grin comes back with water.
okay,
Mayman.
and he
Little
just
Grin.
walks in.
I
Yeah.
say Little Grin, go in.
Oi, I walk in.
Okay, so I
Excuse
am
me, I'm going to the restroom.
Oh,
okay.
oh, beg me pardons.
Whoopsies. All right, so the door barely opens. She goes, "Whoa, wait a minute! I'm using the bathroom." Little Grin turns really red as he's ducked down. He closes the door. Oopsies.
My ears
Okay.
turn red.
I try to judge her voice. Was she telling the truth or lying?
You gonna try? You gonna try insight?
Jesus,
Okay.
let her escape.
All right. Go ahead and roll your insight, my friend. All these right in the middle rolls. Wow.
It's against deception.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
wouldn't I? Okay, so it'd be against my deception.
Right.
Would it be at disadvantage though for him to try and tell because he doesn't know me?
Um.
Listen to this little talking. Would it be to disadvantage because she has literally no idea where she is and is panicking?
Here's
Maybe.
here's the thing. It okay. If
+2, so 15.
okay. So here's the thing on that question. Here's the way I play that because you said you can't tell me what to do. I just don't want to be here. I should be able to do what I want. I'm not a prisoner. Stuff like that. He's already got an inkling that you're going to try to do something obviously, so he if you had not done that, just saying, if Annalise was like, oh great, I just need to use the bathroom and nothing else, then I would do disadvantage, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because there was a little bit of that, hey, fuck you, buddy. You ain't telling me what to do. He's already on it because I mean, goddamn, you're dealing with a freaking half gold dragon paladin. Okay.
All right.
By the way, Lila, one moment. Sukeshi comes up to you after doing one of his sets. He comes up and he goes, did you see her? I heard all about her. The word's getting around. I can't hear you.
Ooh, the sparkly girl?
Yes. Did you see her with your own eyes?
Yeah.
And? He's laughing. He's glowing, his green glow from the mushrooms he ate.
Well, she's not your kind of glowy, if that's what you're trying to figure out. And she was asleep when I saw her, so
Oh,
I don't know much.
I was hoping to make a new friend. Did she say she liked mushrooms? Do you have any mushrooms? I'm looking for mushrooms. I'm always looking for mushrooms.
I don't have mushrooms. I told him she was asleep. I don't know.
Oh.
You're gonna have to ask her yourself about that one.
I think I will. Where's she at?
But she's in one of the rooms in the.
No,
She's kinda like-
I know that part. Which one?
The one with the door that looks like it's been kicked in.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Bye bye.
I love how
And
everyone in town knows about the door that's kicked in, and because it's the most popular tavern, so like everyone just knows.
Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering if you're all going to take her to the Friendly Hammer Inn or not. It's the closest, but many people are here, so it's definitely busy. All right, so back to the Iron Maiden song. Am I a prisoner? I'm a free woman. We'll see what happens. Okay, so you have a few seconds because you just told the gentleman that you were using the potty still. Annalise, what are you going to do?
All right.
You have a dagger in your hand now.
I wanted to do the same thing as I tried earlier. I want to like smash the window with my dagger, but at the same time cast my minor illusion and make
Okay.
another loud sound. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Okay.
On the other side of the door.
Okay. All right. So you're going to cast another illusion.
Yeah.
And then you are going to smash the window with the butt of your dagger,
Yes.
attempting to get the hell out. Excellent.
Yes.
You cast the spell to make more noise. I need both Little Grin and Mehen to do a save against this.
Oh,
Intelligence.
I saved that. 21.
Said intelligence,
Yeah.
Or you can do investigation if you've got.
Yeah.
oh, that's
uh,
doesn't matter. Let's just see how this goes with the name.
Oh yeah, we both saved that nonsense.
Well.
Oh no. Oh no, David, you have terrible intelligence. I
Okay,
forgot.
so Little Grin, as you're standing there with Mehen, you hear like a fight break out right next to the hall. You hear a bam, like a table or chairs have been thrown, and it sounds like a ruckus is starting in the main tavern room.
Well, what were that?
So you turn and look, and you see everybody partying and stuff, and trying to figure out where the noise is coming from. Mehen, you see Little Grin totally checking this out, and you didn't hear anything different than what you've been hearing.
Well, no, I actually think that's a little wrong right on the mechanics because I
Okay.
actually know that there was a illusion attempted.
Okay, so you actually okay. I'm sorry.
I bust
didn't-
that
didn't-
door down.
Okay, so
Actually,
Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a jerk, but I don't want her to get away, and she's about to. So,
Okay. So I am going to. You hear Little Grin say something on the other end, Emelise, and you go roll to attack that window.
All right. What am I using to roll?
Well, with the
That's
deck,
my attack.
that's
Oh,
gonna. Okay, you
gangster.
definitely hit it. So you
Yeah,
you-
I've got a
I mean,
+3 with my dagger.
you are hell bent on getting out of here, and I don't blame you. And you go smash. I mean, you hit it right in the perfect spot, and glass shatters. And I need you to, unfortunately, I need you to roll a dex check. And what you need to do is do just like an acrobatics type, because I want to make
Wait,
sure.
am
you
I
don't get
doing a
cut.
dexterity saving throw, or am I doing an acrobatics check?
I'll let you do dexterity saving throw because I want to make sure you don't get cut by glass. Because I mean, you hit it square.
That's gonna add 1, so 11.
Okay, so you get a couple nicks, nothing bad, but you move your hand away, and glass is just it's everywhere. But there's a hole now, and at the same right as soon as you withdraw and you just see a little bit of blood on you, you hear bam behind you, and you know what it is because you heard a slighter version of it earlier when the great interest of Mehen occurred. Now you hear something that sounds like maybe the door even broke. Do you want to roll to see how hard you broke it in? Mehen, do you want to see if you actually busted it and made it look really good?
No, I wasn't even attempting that. I want to save
Okay.
the roll because is she in the room or out the room?
She is
you gotta open
standing.
the door first. Is what I think he's saying.
You just kicked in as she broke through. She broke the window with her punch and dagger.
So she's still
Right.
in the room.
She's in the room with an open window, and you've just kicked the door in, if you will.
All right.
And
Do I
you
have
see
an
it
action?
standing there. I'm going to allow at this point both of you to roll your decks to do a move, unless I want you both to actually roll initiative. Why don't we roll initiative? That makes sense. Roll
Okay.
initiative. Uh-oh.
Do I get to be a part of this?
You're there. You can absolutely.
Initiative. Where's that on our charts here?
Initiative should be. It should just be on your character sheet.
Oh, there it is.
Um,
Yeah, roll it. Do it already. All right, it's not doing it.
okay. Well, just roll I would roll a 20-sided and add your decks then, probably. That's the next best thing. Whoa.
So 19.
Okay. So you got the same thing as Mehen did. So Mehen, I will give you an action.
Command spell. Halt.
Okay.
Wisdom save 14.
Wisdom save 14.
Yep.
Okay. My wisdom save is +4.
Well, roll a 9 or below.
Oh God. Uh-oh.
All right,
You
I'm
ain't
cool.
fooling- She ain't listening
I'm
to that. half
cool.
rabbit.
She's
I
out.
just got,
She's
yeah, I
out.
just gotta laugh.
So
Sorry.
you say
yeah,
you
go ahead,
say
I'm sorry.
halt, and she kind of looks like fuck you. Get a smirk on her face, like yeah, that ain't working, buddy. Little grin.
Little Grin heard me say halt though, so
Yeah, yeah. What are you gonna do, little grin?
I'll walk into the room
Okay, little grin walks into the room.
and I'll
Got it.
walk over to the window and I'll say, "Oh, what happened to your window?"
It's your turn, Emily's.
That's it. I'm gonna say as a free action, I'm gonna look at Lil Grin and say I broke it, and then I'm gonna like wave my hands together, and like reach my right hand into my pouch and pull out a little piece of fleece that I start to like rub together in my fingers, and
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Silent Image, and so I'm gonna make a cube around me. It's an image of a visible phenomenon no larger than 15-foot cube. I'm basically going to try and make this like an illusion spell and make them see the entire room around me except for me and get the hell out of there.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to, as an illusion, go invisible so they can't see you. So you
Yeah,
can just,
I'm casting silent image around me
Okay.
so it looks like the room.
Mhm.
And then it also says that I can use my action to cause the image to move to any spot within range. As the image changes location, you can alter its appearance so that its movements appear natural for the image. So in
Okay.
that circumstance, I'm basically having the transparent like image follow over me as I like walk out the room, and I'm gonna go into like the
Mhm.
my goal is to go into like the main packed bar and then get out through the front.
Okay.
And
So
so they
so
both have to make an intelligence investigation saving throw against my spell DC.
okay. So
Oh
one more.
wait,
So you said you're not going to go through the window. You're going to go around through the hallway and try to get out through the main.
yeah, I'm gonna pass through them, but they can only use the action to examine the image and determine that it's an illusion. So they have to be like, I mean, this is a little meta game, but they have to know that what I did was cast an illusion, and they have to be looking in that spot to determine if it's an illusion, and that's when they get the save. Otherwise, the
Where-
illusion itself just happens.
Right.
We're
So
in
wait,
the room.
yeah, we're in the room. We
I'm
watch you
standing
do
next to you.
verbal and semantic movements.
Yes, but you
And
don't know
then-
what spell I cast, even though
Right.
I've said it as a player.
Except for
Um,
I'm a caster and I've already seen one illusion.
That's fine. But what I'm gonna do is, since I just used a free action and my action, now I'm gonna use my movement to move about the
whole-
area so they
Right.
can't directly look at me.
Okay.
And I'm standing in the doorway.
That's fine. I'll just kind of step off to the side without him
Cool.
knowing.
Awesome. Let's see what happens. So both of you gentlemen, I believe, need to roll to
Yeah.
see if you buy in. Oh,
No, I fail hard.
oh man, that's almost a drink, bro.
Come on, little grin. Use your intelligence. Ah.
I think you both
My-
failed, right?
Yeah, my spell save is 14.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay. So you see her say something, and she's playing with some fleece, and suddenly the bed's empty. She's not there. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, 2-minute break, and we'll be
Owen?
right back to see what happens. All right.
Yes. We're gone.
Welcome
we're
back. Yeah, welcome to the Legends of Thea game stream brought to you by the Dice Cult. We're in the later portion of the stream. We'll be going for just about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes if something insane occurs, which we're having a fun little session here. The group that's been in Curator Rule found a young lady in the gullet of a earthworm, which is a giant worm that goes through the caverns and mines looking for really good metals to eat, and sometimes just picks up these creatures that walk into them because their big mouths go in the cavern. They fit perfectly. Their mouths get very, very big. So Mehen found this young lady in the gullet of a worm, took her out, and all the group took her to the friendly hammer in on a Saturday night. And there in the back room, she slept until she finally woke up and she got to meet most of the party, as well as Bertha Axe Kicker and the only priest in Cure de Rule. Bertha Axe Kicker made a comment to Mehen that he should most likely protect her with his life, but she had to go. Upon Emily's finding out that, well, Mehen was going to be following her wherever she went, he even said, "You can go where you want, but I'll be following you." She said, "I'm not a prisoner. I'm going to do what I want." And she has attempted now for roughly 5 to 6 minutes different ways of leaving this room. And suddenly, after breaking a window where Little Grin said, "Hey, your window's broken," she began to cast a spell and she disappeared. And both of you, I believe, looking back again, did both of you miss that?
We
Check?
both missed it. I think she dashed. I say, David, or sorry, not David. Little
Okay,
Grin.
take a drink.
Who?
Take a drink.
Who?
Take a drink. You fumbled. Take a drink. Take a
Fumble.
drink. Take it. I'll take it with you. I'm
That was an epic fumble. Sorry, trying to stay in character. He's my little brother, though, so I'm just so used to it.
Don't
Little
tell
Grin.
Quit telling people that.
Why? Everybody needs to know you're so handsome.
Hurts my reputation.
Anyway, Little Grin, please, out the window. I'll check the front.
Okay.
We have to find her.
Okay, so Emily,
All right.
you notice that both of them are concerned, and Mehen tells Little Grin to go out the window and look out the window, see if you can see her. And Mehen says, "I'm going the other way," and you watch
And
them.
I do say too. I'm sorry, apologize for interrupting. As Little Grin's popping out the window, I say, Little Grin, don't hurt her. She's our friend.
Oh, all right. And I'll stick my head through the window and look both left and right.
Okay, you stick your head. You stick your head through the window. There's cut glass in different spots, and you kind of push that stuff out of the way, and you're careful in doing so. And you stick your head out, and you see nothing but rock and glowing mushrooms.
I'm not foreseeing nothing.
Yeah, I'm already out the door. So.
Yeah, you say that, and you look behind him, and you look behind yourself, and you don't see Mehen.
Where's everyone going in this here town?
Emily's, what are you doing?
Okay, so Mehen already left the front of
Yeah.
the door. Okay. And then Lil Grin is poking his head out the window, looking
Yes.
either way.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go out the front door of the room
Okay.
and I'm gonna look and assess where I see Mehen because I know he can't be that far, but I want to walk in the opposite direction, making my illusion kind of transpose over me as I do
Okay.
so.
So I'm going to assume that you're grabbing your stuff as you do so, or are you not grabbing your stuff?
No, I'm not grabbing my stuff. I'll come back for that later once I
Okay.
pull everyone away.
Okay. So you go and you get into that hallway area, and you look and you see Mehen is down at the end of the hallway going out that way, and it looks like he's looking around trying to find something, probably you. And you look to your right, and it's just a hallway there. I mean, you're at the end of a hallway.
Wait, actually, I'm gonna look back at at Lil Grin, and he's totally out the window, right?
His
He
head
like
is,
he's
yes.
not even okay. Then never mind. I'm gonna grab my shit. This is a good
Okay.
moment to do that.
Uh,
Okay, so I'm gonna take it.
That's why I said it.
Yeah. Cover it with the illusion, and then I'm gonna head out the door in the opposite direction of Mehen. I don't know if in the friendly hammer there's like dual stairs like going down to the bottom floor, or if it just kind of leads down a corridor. But I'm just gonna sort of.
What you're going to be doing is it's just a walkway into a big mass of dwarves.
Okay.
It's a hallway into a big mass of dwarves. They didn't take you anywhere upstairs. You went straight. You went in, took a left down a hallway, and you were in a room. They took you to the closest place they could. That didn't
Okay.
have the box going on
There's
it.
no back door, girly.
No, that's fine. I will stealthily and very dexterously move across this packed floor, trying to get
goodness.
out of all the doors.
Okay. So how far, Mehen, do you go into the room? Like
So
the actual busy tavern?
I get close to the I probably can't get too far because I hit the crowd of dwarves, and I'm panicking because Bertha told me to keep her safe and she's disappeared. So
Okay.
what is the name of the best drinks in town? What's the best whiskey in town?
Well, they call it the Dwarven Stout Whiskey.
Okay, but I mean like above that. Like what do they drink at the fancy place that they can't afford here?
Oh, the Master's Keg Whiskey.
I scream above the crowd. I will buy anyone who finds the blonde girl we brought a keg of the master whiskey.
Oh God!
If you find her, she's somewhere nearby.
2 minutes.
Did you
away.
actually
Shut
get
up.
And I
out?
yell,
Hold on.
Bertha. Bertha told me to keep her nearby, and she's done magic
God.
to escape. If you find her, a keg of the best whiskey in town.
Are you telling me on Festive Day
Festive Day.
you've actually started the one thing that
Nope.
may get every fucking dwarf's attention is a keg of the Grandmaster's whiskey on you. You've just started a goddamn dwarf scavenger hunt, bro. You know what
Find
that's
the blonde
know
girl
what-
for me.
Every house is going to be thrown open and looked through. You will be the most hated motherfucker. And I'm sorry to say, you are going to be called motherfucker now because you are going to be the most hated dude in the whole settlement. Okay.
Everybody wants a keg. I'm buying them a keg. It's a fun party.
No,
That's a lot of money.
Dude,
And I make it a party. I say it's a scavenger hunt. Let's do it. Party time.
Oh fuck.
hold on. I got to
Oh my
roll. This is a group roll. I'm going to do my old second edition just because I got to do it. Oh yeah, at least half of the group just goes, "Oi!" and they yell, "Oh!" and they start singing dwarven chant songs of going hunting and stuff because they're on a scavenger hunt. The blonde frizzy girl that came in. Oh yeah, we know what she looks like, right? So they don't know shit. So they just start running out, and Lila, all these people that want to come in, all these dwarves get to come in. All these other dwarves are running out saying, we've got to find her. We've got to find her for Bertha. Bertha wants her to be safe. And then the dwarves just start going ape shit. I mean,
I followed the crowd out and I yelled to Lila. I said, "We lost the girl. Bertha wanted us to keep."
You had one jab.
Take it easy. Stay at the door. Make sure she doesn't get past you.
all right. So this place actually, okay, this is the happening spot tonight. I guarantee it's this happening spot in Cure to Rule. And it's starting to level out. And it's less than half full now.
Out of curiosity, did I hear the initial him announcing the keg thing, or did I just hear the aftermath of that?
It's really chaotic outside. You can roll a perception to see if you caught it. I'll let you roll.
Oh, when I talk to her, I tell her.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
She
yeah,
knows.
okay, he tells you.
Lila's
Okay,
got
so-
Lila
so
can
if
get the
he
keg too.
Okay. Well, it's because me, the bouncer over here is now very confused as to why everyone's going all in and out, and why my
Right.
job just got a lot easier now. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
oh, no.
right. So Mian tells you what's happening. Are you going to stay at your post, or are you going to start searching as well?
The bodyguard, Lila's conflicted because on one hand she knows she should probably stay here in case she hasn't gone that far, but on the other hand, the whiskey. The
What's your
whiskey.
your character is an alcoholic for sure.
Because I would know that is a good whiskey.
Oh,
I
it's
would
the
know.
best in Cure to Rule. It
So
knocks it,
it's-
yeah,
It's tempting, but on the other hand, there is still a chance that
right,
she's here.
right. Oh yeah, absolutely. You haven't seen her leave.
Exactly. I'm gonna wait for her. I'm gonna wait for her.
Okay, so you're actually attempting. You're saying I'm sticking around and doing my job, but most importantly, I'm watching to see if I see her because you didn't see her leave.
I haven't seen her leave
Right.
yet, so she.
And,
All right.
And so as the friendly hammer kind of backs up to the cliff side, I kind of just stand out trying to see if I can get a corner to watch a couple different alleys.
Okay. You notice, Mehen, that you see groups of drunk dwarves in twos and threes literally knocking on doors, walking through into businesses. It's early evening now, and they are like interrupting, going, "Hey, have you seen a blonde girl? She's missing. Bertha wants to make sure she's safe." I mean, they're turning over bedrooms, checking under cellars.
Bertha is gonna hate you so much.
No, she's not, because the winner gets a nice big keg of good Grandmaster whiskey. She's gonna
All
think
right.
it's the best thing ever.
Emelise,
Yes.
things got much quieter.
Yes, they did. Okay, so did Lil Grin run out of the bedroom and like go searching for me as well?
I
He,
haven't got a turn yet.
yep. We will go ahead, and since you are looking
Okay, yeah.
over, you look back to see if Little Grin has moved. And Little Grin, are you going to stick your head back into the? Are you going to keep your head sticking out? Or are you going to come back into the room completely? And if so, what are you going to do?
Well, so I looked, and then I turned back inside and go, "Well, she's not there." And
Right.
then I see that
Right.
there's no one there.
Right.
So my big question though is, does Lil Grin notice that she took her stuff, or is that her stuff's gone?
You can definitely roll to see if you see that. I mean, yeah, if your character's if you're asking me, should you roll to see if your character noticed? Absolutely, you can definitely roll that.
Okay, I will check with perception. I rolled a 1.
Time to drink, bro.
Oh, I get to
Wow.
scratch another one of these
All
too,
right.
okay?
You know what? Emelise says
In case you're new
Emelise
to the
loves that.
stream, when everybody
Emelise loves
rolls a
that.
1 or a 20, we all take a drink. So hit it.
Yep.
Or, you can scratch off a scratchers.
Scratch her. Let's see if she wins at the end of the night.
It's like bingo, but for people
Right.
who have gambling issues. Who buy too many loot boxes, try the best loot box of them all. You can win money.
Right.
Okay, anyways. Fun stuff.
Great. So I see no one, and I see no things, and so
It's just the fact that you don't see her. Like nobody's here now. You're alone,
right.
right?
Well, so I think Lilgrim would walk over to the door, and he'd stick his head out the door and take a look in the hallway and see what he
Look down.
sees there.
You look down the hallway, and you see that a lot of the dwarves have gone, and it's quiet now. It's much quieter compared to what it was. It's quiet now, but it's the normal night at the Friendly Hammer Inn now. Like the times that you've been there, it's like that.
All right. Well, I think he's just gonna be pretty much stand right in the doorway, just
Okay.
perplexed as can be.
Okay, so you are just, where did everybody go? Why
Yeah.
did they all leave me? Help! What should I do? Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
So he's standing right in the doorway, so I can't get through if I wanted to go back into the room.
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he's pretty tall. Are you standing there? Or are you on all fours? Are you crawling? Are you just hunched over?
Yeah. Well, I'm it's kind of intentionally blocking the door.
Okay.
But
That's fine.
But not like I guess I shouldn't say intentionally. I'm blocking the door just because I'm big and confused. So
Okay.
however I would do that.
Okay, I'm just asking if you're on all fours or if you're standing up hunched over.
Standing up hunched over.
Okay, so you could possibly crawl between his legs because he's a big man.
I could okay.
I said potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, if you were.
How
if
much
you're real
space do I
tricky.
have to crawl between his legs?
Yeah.
Don't like that. Okay.
You're gonna want to crouch.
Hey, come on. Okay.
God, I love this game. We start playing good, and then we just filter into the gutter.
Yeah.
Now,
It was like how
What
it came
is a
out of my
Labor Day-
mouth. I was like,
what is
you're
a
right.
Labor Day
You're right,
session without crawling between a giant's legs? Okay.
all right. Okay. Do it like quick perception. I've got like a passive perception of like 14 or something, maybe 15. Would I know that like intelligently that I could squeeze underneath him and like kind of crawl through, or is it like I'm trying to get by unnoticed? That's my entire
Right.
objective. So
If you really had to, you think you if you really had to get into that room again, you might be able to squeeze between. I mean, because he's hunched over and he's got it. Most people don't hunch over with their 2 feet next to each other. They're spread like
Okay. Okay.
He's 8 foot, half foot tall, so he's got a decent spread. Like when he stands there like that. But as far as I remember, with your character, you're not a big, tall, thin woman.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Before I make my final decision, I look quickly down this hallway, this corridor of like rooms. How many doors do I see?
There are 3 other doors.
Just 3?
Yeah.
How long would it take me to like go and slowly like kind of like jiggle the handle and like try and open them all, see if they're open? Like a minute?
It would take you less than that if you wanted to move stealthily. You could probably do it in 30.
Okay, I want to check and see if any of these other doors are open.
Okay. You sure you want to do that? Okay. Are you
Yes.
sure? Okay.
Yes, I am sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Welcome to the beard party.
That's fine.
All right.
Our fan art is gonna be way weird.
So what do I need to roll anything?
Well, you're gonna need to roll your stealth to not make noise.
Okay.
I would assume that even if you are under an illusion, if you make a noise,
Wouldn't that give me advantage if I'm under an illusion? Or no?
it's
Not in this
quieter.
circumstance.
It's quieter now, so I would give you advantage if it was ruckus personified like it was earlier. With that big
Mm-hmm.
party going on. I could say that I would give you that if you asked for it, but in this case, I think
Even
if
though
you-
I'm like basically, I don't
he
appear there.
He has no idea you're there, so any
Stop
noise is going to make him.
always asking for advantage. We're going to catch you.
Hey, she's a DM.
You think you're going to catch me, but even if you do, will I cooperate? All
Okay.
right, this is my stealth. Oh, yay, 3. Yes. Yes, let's open these doors.
So what's with your illusion? What's the now since he heard something, obviously you made some noise. You misjudged a spot. You went to a door, and you kind of turned the door handle, and it was just a squeaky old door handle. It goes, that kind of. Even so, it's whoa. So he heard it because he's trying to pay attention. Everybody left him. He said
Okay.
himself. He was okay. So I need to know with your spell if there's a possibility that they hear like does he make that? Is that when he gets to make his save now on your illusion?
Well, the thing is if okay, so physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine that it is an illusion with a
Okay.
successful intelligence
Okay.
/ investigation
So
save.
what I'll do is you make the noise, and now, Little Grin, I want you to roll your perception in that area because it sounds like a doorknob was turned.
Okie dokie.
Roll high, David. Little grin.
I rolled a 6.
So
Better than her too.
So-
She's all over this. She's gonna kill us.
okay, so you're standing there in the hallway, and it sounds like somebody's trying to get out of their hotel room, like the tavern room. It just sounds like one of the doors is about to open. You just hear like one of the doorknobs turning.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Emelise?
Is it open though? Can I like open it up? Is it unlocked?
Here's the thing. I assumed that because it made the noise, you stopped turning it. I mean, it made noise when you started.
Well, I don't think that's entirely fair because you can turn a door handle to a certain point and know when it stops turning, like if it's locked or not.
Okay.
So would I have been able to sense, like, yeah, I'm turning it, but if I would have like sensed it was gonna make a noise, I wouldn't have even turned it. Does that make sense? Like I would have jiggled it and heard it, and it would just be like a quick squeak. You know
Well-
what I mean? So I must have like have turned it a bit. Is it open
No, you
or
did
is it
turn.
locked?
No, you did turn it a bit. My point was that I assumed that because you were making noise, you weren't going to turn it all the way because that even make more noise. I assumed that you like when you
Well,
turn
I
a
would
door.
be okay because he's already done his perception check for this,
Okay, so
right? Or no? I'm sorry.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
not
it's
trying
okay.
to be.
It's okay. No, I got it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I appreciate your attempt at getting what you need to have happen. So it's all good. I'm a DM too. When I play, I do the same freaking thing sometimes. So you turn the handle, it squeaks. The door has not opened yet, but it seems as if you're going to be able to open it.
Okay, then
Does
what
that
I'm
make
gonna
sense?
do, yes, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to open the door,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my image as I move, and I'm able to alter my silent image. I make it just
Okay.
look like the door is completely shut, even though there's gonna be some sound. It just doesn't look like
Okay.
the
Okay.
doorknob's turning, doesn't
Okay.
look like it's
Okay.
opening, and I
So
go in there.
right. So little grin, you hear the door continue to. You hear this doorknob continue to squeak a bit, and then you see a door open.
No, well, she's saying she illusions it so we don't see the door open, I think. But
Is
I
that
definitely I
did you
hear
say
a
it? I'm
door
sorry.
open.
Did you say that you cast an illusion within that door too? Is
It's
that what?
it's not on any particular image. It's in a 15-foot
Okay.
cube, and I
Okay.
can move it like and make it seem as if it were moving. So I basically casted it in the
Right. Right.
15-foot space I was in
Right.
and made it look like everything around me was the same except for me. And then as I move, I'm making it move with me, and
Okay. Okay.
I'm
I got. I
disguising
got.
myself like that.
Understood. Understood. So you
So
hear the noise. You hear the noise, but you don't see a door open. You would expect it because you hear the like a door being open, and then suddenly it's just quiet.
well, that sounds a lot like interacting with an illusion to me.
So
I mean,
Investigation check.
physical,
Come on.
physical sound.
so hold on.
I think
Hold
I'd
on.
like to investigate the
Right.
noise.
Okay. So let me take these in steps because we've all got our agendas. All right. So, Emelise,
Yes.
you've opened the door and you've kept things within your illusion. As you open the door, man, you open the door and you see what seems to be two dwarves in the room, and they're laying in a bed,
Is there only one bed?
and they're not talking.
They're not
What?
talking.
No.
I think he's trying to be polite.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that's
He's
inappropriate.
backs.
All right,
I'm not going to say anymore.
Okay,
Because I haven't been
okay, I
drinking
get it.
tequila.
Yeah, I know what they're doing. Okay, so there's two doors in a bed.
Now hold on. Now you made noise from the door there too, so they got to roll for their illusion check. Hold on, because they might invite you. Let's see. All right, so not just kidding. I'm just kidding. But they do get an illusion check because you made noise and you opened the door, right?
Hmm.
Is that correct? Don't they get a chance?
It's only if they like enter or if they use their action to examine the image to determine that it is an
Yeah,
illusion.
they're
So
definitely not
I mean,
paying
there.
attention.
But hold up,
Okay,
if
so-
they hear a squeak, is it the sound of a door opening or is it the sound of their wrought iron bed?
Right.
squeaking
So,
against the
so-
floor?
However, I
here's
have
the
to
thing.
pull out. Hold on, Frank. I have to pull out the neck beard actually, because
Oh
how
my God.
long does this illusion last? Because
10
we have
minutes.
been. It does a minor illusion.
No, it's a silent image.
Mm.
Minor
so-
illusion only does like a
Okay,
little sound or a
here's
little image.
what I'm going to say. Okay, I'm going to do this because it's Labor Day weekend, and it'd be funnier than hell. I'm going to roll a percentage. There's only a 5% chance that they pay attention to you because they're having a good fucking time.
Okay,
And that guy paid a lot of money. Okay, so
cool.
let's see here.
Oh my God.
Nope, he doesn't pay attention. She doesn't pay attention. We're having a good time. Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Is there like there's a window? Is there a closet? Is there something I can hide in?
There is another one of those really old jammed looking windows.
How long are the
Um,
blankets on the bed? Do they cover
Oh
like the
my
space
God.
in
The
between
bed-
the
the
bed and the
blankets-
floor?
The blankets are all thrown off, except for one that's very thin that just hides enough that you don't barf. Okay. The
Okay.
rest of them is all like laying there on the ground.
I'm a,
You think gentlemen girls
I'm
are-
gonna I'm gonna like grab the blankets and
Okay.
like shimmy under the bed and like make
Oh my
just like
God.
when you're a little kid, and you hide under the blankets and you just cover yourself with them. I
Okay.
try to make myself look like a lump. I'm in like the fetal position, like I'm just
Okay.
thrown blankets.
Okay.
And
So
I keep my image up as long for the rest of the
Okay.
duration, basically.
So, question. These beds are made for human size, so you're going to be. This bed's got a little bit of action going on with it right now. So, it's going to be tough for you to be comfortable under this bed, but you're definitely welcome to hide there, or you can maybe hide on the side of it or somewhere else in that room. But just letting you know.
And then I reappear when my spells die, and I'm just like in the corner, like, hey. Oh my god. Okay,
So-
no. I'm okay. This is what I'm. Oh god, I really think hiding under the blankets would be funny, but I'm gonna go over to the window and I'm gonna see if the window's open and if I can open the window and escape that way.
Okay. Are you going to care about being stealthy and not making noise?
No,
or
they're
you gonna do
fucking.
that?
I'm fine.
Okay, great.
They're-
Well, no, I didn't say that.
Way to
Jeez.
just throw it
They-
out there.
yeah, I
Em-
know.
Wait,
They-
oh my
Emily,
god.
I
In
swear,
case you haven't realized, we
on
have a
my-
G.
they were
G-rated
playing
show
dragon.
here.
They were
Is
playing
that-
dragon. They're playing dragon dice.
Yeah, we
They're
have a
just playing
G-rated show here.
I
Don't
thought
just throw
someone
that out
literally
there.
said earlier this is an R-rated show. Pretty sure
Oh, yeah.
someone did. Those doors are fucking. I'm gonna go out the window. Leave me alone.
Fan fucking tastic. Hit it.
Okay. Before that happens, Mehen, you're standing out there. You're seeing these dwarves going down the streets. You can hear it happening. People are yelling, and what are you doing? Get the fuck out of my house, type thing. In a dwarven kindly way, I suppose. Why are you bothering me on a festive day? Oh my goodness.
I
You're
literally
standing.
do not care. I now think that this lady is a huge threat. And I am not only shouting to all of the people, I am calling the city guard in.
Okay. All right.
What
So-
did I do?
Okay. So
I just don't want to be a prisoner.
okay. So
I explained to you that you were not going to be a prisoner.
No, you didn't.
But guess what's going to be happening now? You going in chains real quick. So I'm calling the city guard, and I'm even yelling out for my brother Giancar. And if there's any city guard on duty, I'm sending runners to the priest and to Bertha to let them know what happened.
are you gonna do the bat signal too, bro?
Yep, I'm throwing it
Sorry.
out.
Okay.
I am locking Kier to rule down.
Oh, God damn.
She
Okay.
is
So
not getting through the mines.
Does she
She's not
have
getting
that
anywhere.
kind of authority?
okay. So hold on. So here's what happens. Everybody-
And
All right.
yes, Emilise,
God.
I do have that kind of authority.
Okay.
So
Oh my god.
Lila, you're at your usual spot. There are still dwarves trying to come in, but they've all said, "Well, we did our part. We didn't find her. They're coming back to drink." Some of them that were really looking to party. The others are just like a keg of this drink, you know. So Mehen, you're over in the corner, just like in the picture we're looking at. That's on the foundry still. Lila, you're there. Little Grin, you're standing there. You heard what sounded like a door opening, but you didn't see a door open, like the door handle, that kind of thing. What are you gonna do?
Gosh, I think I should investigate.
Okay. All right. So you go over and you go to investigate, and you can roll that save to see
Okey-doke.
if you notice that things are not as if you thought they were.
13.
Okay. Well, the door's closed, so that's the way it should be.
Okay.
But you definitely heard right from that door. It sounded like the door was at least the handle was turned like it was was going to open. You thought somebody was going to come through there.
Well, let's open it.
Okay. So 1 second. I think we're going to go a little bit. Everybody want to play just a little bit longer?
Sure.
Is this okay? Or are we going to stop here? We can stop here. It's up to the four of you.
Oh, I mean,
Okay. So as you are preparing, you can go ahead and roll. Are you going to use your you said you didn't care about sound. You're going to do your strength. Go ahead and you're going to have to roll strength because these doors these windows, as you can tell with what's going on, don't usually get opened.
For Emilise. Or are you talking to me?
Yeah. No, Emily's. You can go ahead and roll. You said you were going to try to. You said you're going to try to go through the window, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so a d20 with my strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 16.
Ooh. Okay, so this window may actually be, used recently. You push it Nobody pays attention to you over in the bed, and you open up the window, and it just literally it opens up like this, and then you push it, and boom, there you go.
Cool. I
Now,
go outside.
okay, so you start to go through the window.
Yeah.
Um, you made your check, little grin, correct on the off the illusion, or did you not make it?
No, I can't see her until I get another chance to interact with the illusion and roll for it.
Okay, I thought you just said you were investigating it.
Yeah, but you said that the door was closed, so I have to open the
That's
door.
correct. That's correct.
then
You said you were going to open it, right? So,
Yeah, I
are you
wanna
going to?
open the door and make my investigation check? Yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead to do so. You open the door. It's open, and you see two dwarves in bed, and they're not talking. You also, let's see. Does that mean at this point you need to roll another check?
It's up to you. I don't know.
It's only if he knows where he's looking.
Okay,
To
then
investigate
if
as
that's
well.
what the rules are, then you look around the room and you see an open window, and you see that so they're getting fresh air while they're having a good time.
No, that he doesn't see an open window.
Okay, he
I-
doesn't. Okay,
I used
I
my
just-
my silent image to.
okay, you did that. Okay, so you just see the room looks normal except there's two dwarves having a good time. Mehen, roll your perception outside.
Ooh, baby, this is gonna be tough. Nope.
You are
Six.
you are like, how can we defend this? How can we shut this place down? You're like starting to move around. You're moving away from the. I have not moved you outside of the friendly hammer in, out of that area, and you don't notice it, but finally, as you're thinking of where your brother would be, and you're telling dwarves do this, you're taking lead on this because you really don't want her. You want to make sure she's safe. You see, you can't help but see her now. She's right in front of you. You see Bertha Axe Kicker. And she looks at you. She looks up. She goes, Mehen, I've heard all kinds of stories. I've heard whiskey. I've heard scavenger hunt. It's festive day. Now, where's she at?
I look down at her and I go, first off, I care nothing for Festivus Day. I respect your traditions, but you gave me a mission and failed to tell me that she is a caster. She has escaped with many illusions, and I did what I needed to do to bring her back underneath me. So,
And Bertha says,
and I look at her and I interrupt her, even though I know she's the boss lady of the boss ladies and is gonna hurt me.
"Oh,
I
hold on."
interrupt her and I go, I apologize for interrupting you, but we need to bar the mine. We need to bar the entrance because she is trying to escape. Unless you want me to forego my duty and relieve me of my commands, I am doing what is necessary to bring her back.
Okay. Emelise, I want you to roll to see if you notice this interaction and you hear this.
Me?
Yes, because
Okay.
you're hell-bent. You're just getting ready to jump out of this window, and I just want to see if you notice this communication because it's right next to the end. Oh, you hear it completely. You hear it. So you.
Oh wait, hey, hold on. And
Uh-oh.
also
There you go.
this. Wait,
All
what
right,
are we
there you go.
doing? It's a natural 20, guys. I've been waiting to drink this last little watermelon
There you
shot
go.
that I had. Don't judge me, world.
All right. So
It's not good.
you
Exactly.
you caught that. You caught this communication, and you can see the female dwarf with the red hair talking to me, and you saw her before. She was actually sitting there when you awoke. Right? She was the one. She was one that was there, and she says, "Well, I didn't know she was a caster. I mean, I don't know everything. I just help as I can. Perhaps she's afraid. It could be that. Yes, she might still be here. If she's a caster. Did you try to talk to her? Like talk to her, not command her. I know that you do a very good job working for the guards and such, and the city watch. Um, You do an amazing job leading the group. You just got done cleaning the mines. I offered you gold for that. Hmm.
Keep the
She goes,
gold, Bertha. It's about honor, not money. Now,
I'm hearing all
doing
of this.
I'm doing everything I can to find
You
her
are.
so that I can keep her safe as you asked me to do. I pulled her from that maw, and whether I like humans or not, I'm trying to keep her safe because I have a feeling that she's trying to run back out for some reason out into the world, possibly to find family or friends. And whether she would stay with us or not, we could help her.
she
But
would find.
she is not willing to just listen and stay or even have a conversation, possibly because she's been hurt in the past or has some issues. Who knows?
She
Anyway,
says. She
Bertha,
said.
I did what I did because I needed to do it, and I will buy every single dwarf in this place a keg of the best whiskey and possible to make up for my mistake. But I made the move because it was right at the time.
I appreciate that, Mehen. She looks at you and says, with just a bit of a approving smile, just a little, like what's one corner kind of smile. The rest of it's very look at you. And she walks over to the inn and she says, she sees you standing there, Lila, and she goes, Lila, have you seen her?
Nope.
Hmm. It's just if she doesn't know the ways around here, she's certain to be hurt. There's not much we can do. I suppose the best thing to do is just let her do her thing. Um, if she wants to talk to one of us, I'm sure she'll do so. Mihan, please come here.
Yes, ma'am.
I suppose what I asked of you is maybe the wrong way to put this. Um, there's something special about her. That is true. To survive that worm like that, that alone is reason to want to get to know her and why she's here. She made it here. Maybe that was her calling was to come to Kirdaru. Um, I'm going to say that well, the dwarves are looking for her, and if she's around, they'll find her. I'm sure. There's got to be at least 100 dwarves running around right now, kicking in every stall, going through every cellar, going through every house. Um, but she knows who you all are now, and when she's ready, I'm sure she will make contact if that's what she wants. I,
I
I,
say,
I
I say, if that is your wish, Master Dwarf, but you told me to keep her safe, and that was my duty and my honor. So I did
yes,
everything I could to make sure that she would not come to any harm.
and as I said, perhaps that was my. And she looks around to make sure that there's very few listening. Make sure that and she's perhaps that was my mistake. We all learn, right?
Or I say or, and I actually take a second and drop to my knee, and I say, or perhaps I failed you,
Oh well, you
which
certainly
hey is a huge fucking deal.
right. Well, and for her to say it is the same thing. She says, "Why did you come to the Noble Tavern? Let me buy you a drink." You too, Lila.
So
Or we can have a drink here. It doesn't sound too loud in there. I don't think they'll mind me coming in.
Well, I
very
mean,
well,
his call did get a lot of people out.
Yeah, let's go in and have a drink on me.
very well.
So during this discussion,
I
Emily,
feel
are you,
defeated.
well, that's okay. That you feel that way when you don't get defeated, you feel even better, right? Because you know the feeling of defeat. If you've never lost, winning doesn't mean shit. So,
Defeated.
right? So,
She eluded me.
well,
I
maybe you
I
need
kind
to learn
of I
magic
kind
other
of
stuff.
as they walk in, I kind of take a minute to pause outside because I just need a minute to collect myself.
Emily, as
Yes.
you hear this conversation, you're definitely welcome to jump out of that window and hightail it out to whichever way you want to go.
Okay. They go back inside to like drink and just.
Yep. The half dragon. Yeah.
I'm actually standing outside, but I'm not paying attention. I'm just looking off into the wilderness.
Yeah, the half dragon. You could tell by hearing that conversation. The part that you heard, that especially the very end of that, the dragon is contemplating and looking out towards the mine, He hasn't went in yet, but he was definitely, told that he was going to have a drink bought to by Bertha.
Okay. The thing is I just don't know these people. So
Yeah,
I mean, I guess what I'm gonna do is no one else is in this room besides the two dwarves who are not talking, right?
yeah, yeah. They're still
Okay,
having
I'm
fun.
gonna I'm
And a-
gonna go
and a-
out
and a
the
voyeur.
huh?
And a voyeur.
Yeah, there's a
Wait, so
there's a little grin standing there too.
okay, are you in the doorway, little grin?
I just opened the door.
Yeah, he opened the
Oh,
door.
all right. I'm gonna like turn around and like look at little grin like across the two dwarves in bed. And then I'm just gonna drop my illusion and I'm gonna say very dramatically and very seriously, okay, let's talk.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So,
That is an amazing way to end a role playing session with a lot of dice roll, but not a lot of killing. Well, I thought there was going to be some.
I do, Frankster. I have to just throw this out here. Some asshole kind of made fun of me in the chat, saying that I looked like the Numa Numa guy. So my he, my ho, my ha, my ha.
Oh God.
So and
Okay.
fuck you, guy. Anyway,
Wow.
love you guys. Great session, dude. I had so much fun. Frank, as always, you're the best DM ever.
No. I fucked up all over the place,
I
man.
love you guys. You guys are the best people in the world. So,
Yeah, a
anything
lot
you
of
want
fun.
to say, Frank, before we end it out?
Yeah,
Or anybody else?
absolutely. I didn't really get a chance to throw out what nothing came to, well, a couple things came to my head, but I really wanted to let this just roll. And all of you did a great job tonight. I really appreciate it. Great storytelling and great role playing. The characters they stayed within themselves, regardless of whether or not it was easy to do. There's always easy ways when you're playing, but sticking true to your character is awesome. That's great. All of you did. I'm sorry, Lila, you didn't get a little bit more action there, but you did what Lila would have done. You made those calls, and that's what she would have been doing. So, really cool, excellent, and thank you all of you watching the stream, either on demand or live tonight. We had some really cool rushes of people coming in and out of this, and I have an idea of something I want to do, and I can't wait to see what happens. So next week, next Friday, we're going to have a bunch of new artwork that we've had some amazing artists. We had Horror do some actual figures that we're going to have in some new artwork. We also have some background stuff made by Ivan with Vodka from Fiverr. We have Ventus maps. We have animated dungeon maps and dynamic dungeon maps, all as a part of what we're using right now. So we got some great stuff coming up. We got a great story that's just starting. This is just the very beginning. So let's cut it and see y'all next week at 6 o'clock. Thank you so much, everybody.
Love y'all. Have fun. We'll catch you guys next week.
Have a good week.
Fantastic.
Bye.
Hi.
Have a great